Hello, everybody. I believe that we are live, and yes, we are. Hello, everybody. My name is Harry Rice. I review games for the Montreal Canadiens, and tonight was really boring. I will admit that right away. Tonight was an incredibly boring game against the Philadelphia Flyers. It was one that genuinely I almost fell asleep during. I genuinely almost fell asleep during the third period. We'll get into that though. Gabriel, how's it going, man? Don't worry about not being on the stream much last night. It's all good. Don't worry about it. Thank you very much. John Speed, how's it going? Lucas, I would, except I closed Discord, so I can't right now. I did see the John Pork Pig picture, though. I did see that. The open lines for the Canadians, by the way, if you guys got any comments or questions, please put them in the chat. I will get to them as I can. The opening lines for the Canadians were Harvey-Pinard, Suzuki Hoffman. Oh, that was it? Okay, Lucas, I did see it. Were Harvey-Pinard, Suzuki Hoffman, Farrell, Drouin Gurianov, Ulanen, Evans, Gallagher, and Pezzetta, Tierney, Belzil. Matheson, Savard, Edmondson, Barron, and Harris Kovacevic were the blue line. Sorry. King Primo gets the starting net for the Habs, and Sam Montemo backs him up after Allen played last night. So as I expected, Allen was a healthy scratch. Monty backed him up because Allen did play last night. King Primo would get the start. The opening lines for the Flyers were Farabee, Cates, Tippett, Van Riemsdyk, Hayes, Bellows, Lemieux, Frost, Allison, Delorier, Lawton on forward, Provorov, York, Sandheimer, Stalainen, Sealer, D'Angelo, and Braun were on the blue line. Braun actually did spend a little bit of time playing forward this game, but a lot of the time would be spent on the blue line. Felix Sandstrom gets the start in net. And Samuel Ernstson backs him up with Carter Hart apparently, Carter Hart was apparently out of the lineup for some reason, so Felix Sandstrom came in as a last-minute replacement as the starter, and like I said, Samuel Ernstson backed him up. That was weird. Lucas, I didn't watch much of the game, but when I did, Farrell was falling a lot. Wasn't able to watch much because, of course, it's blacked out in Ontario, and the streaming websites are shit. How did Farrell do? I thought Farrell actually played all right. There was a really good chance he had late in the third period where he almost got the game. What would have been the game-winning goal. He had a couple good offensive chances. Defensively, he was very sound despite. The skating was not 100% tonight. He definitely was nervous. He was definitely nervous tonight. I feel like next game, if he gets the next game, I'm assuming he will. He'll probably be way less nervous, but no, I thought Farrell had a fairly good NHL debut. Unfortunately, didn't get a point at all, but skated pretty well. Then again, he only had 11 minutes and 59 seconds of ice time. The only person he had higher ice time then was Michael Pezzetta. So yeah, Gabriel, will Slav be able to return the season with like 2 games left? Yeah, like Lucas said, probably. I mean, if there's 2 games left in the season and Slav is able to come back, I'd assume we play him for the last 2 games of the year and then probably send him down to Laval for him to play in their playoff run. I don't know if they've clinched a playoff spot or if they're still in that race. I don't know what's going on there because I don't follow Laval that much, unfortunately. But yeah, I'd assume so. Probably not. Probably, but why? There's no point. Faggio, just to make sure. Faggio, just to make sure that Slavkovsky just get him some ice time, just to get some ice time, basically. Just to get him going again, make sure he's good for next year. Cameron, how's it going? It's going great. Thank you very much for asking. Hope it's going well with you, my good sir. Laval ain't making the playoffs. Oof, Lucas. How far out have they fallen? Fuck, what you mean there's no point? There's tons of points. Exactly, Lucas. There's tons of points for Slavkovsky to there's tons of points for him to earn. Exactly. Give him first line minutes with Suzuki. Exactly, Lucas, because that's probably what we're going to try and have as our first line next year is Slavkovsky, Suzuki, Caulfield. And then I'd assume at this point, honestly, a second line of probably Harvey-Pinard, Doc, and maybe Anderson. Oh, the Rocket are 6th in their division. Oh, Lucas. What the fuck? I thought they were in a playoff race. What happened to them being in the goddamn playoff race? American Hockey League standings, North Division. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, like 5th. They're actually 6th. Apparently, I just looked up. They're apparently 6th. They're only a point back of being, of being 5th. It's not impossible. How many games are left in the season? 25th in the league. Oof, that sucks. Cameron, happy to hear you're doing good though. That does not suck. Lately, I've been watching all the NHL draft lottery draws on YouTube. My greedy ass is just desperate for Bedard. Gabriel, I can't blame you. I think every Canadian fan this year has been desperately wanting Connor Bedard. To be honest, if Freddie was Jets would still be second or third and close to Bernard. He would not have been close to Beniers Faggio. I like Cole Perfetti. He would not have even gotten close to Matt Beniers. He's easily taking it. I think he was the player that helped keep the locker room together. Don't know if I'd say a rookie is the reason that the locker room's been kept together, but like, sorry, boys. He was probably providing a good presence to help keep the locker room together, but I don't think he was the main one keeping it together. I don't think that was the case. Before the game, Doc was ruled out about about an hour before actually, due to injury. It seems to be an upper body. Apparently, had to do with him getting a concussion last game. He didn't play in overtime. He didn't play in overtime. He didn't play for a good part of the third period. And yeah. So he was not available tonight. St. Louis actually did say earlier that he would be good to go, but apparently something happened and Doc is not out. We'll see if he's good to go for Thursday against Florida at home. We'll see. I doubt he'll be good at for the game. I assume maybe we would just hold him out until next year. I don't know what we're gonna do. We'll see. Yeah. Sorry. Hello, amazing. Hey, Enortap. Hello, amazing Enortap. How's it going, my good sir? Habs lose. Unfortunately, they did. Now that the Leafs have clinched, I'm ready for the first round exit. That's the spirit, Cameron. Hell yeah. Harry, would you want to get PLD before his contract ends? Gabriel, well, given that we technically can't because his contract ends after this season, if you mean before he's a UFA, depending if the Jets will take a third and a Matthias Norlander, I'll probably do it. I'd probably do that. I'd probably do that. You're right. Perfetti injury coincided with the Jets' fall. Oh, really? Chaz. I apologize if I mess up your name. You have a really cool name, and I do want to get it right. Chaz Signora. I'm assuming it's Chaz Signora. Thank you for coming by to the stream. I was at the game. Let's go Flyers. Hey, I can't envy you being at the game because holy hell, that was a boring game. It was really boring for a good portion of it. But hey, you know what? I hope you had fun at the game, Chaz. I hope you had a wonderful time. And GG's. Congratulations to the Flyers for winning. I believe they're now 4 points up on the Canadiens for the 5th worst team in the NHL. Thank you. Oilers losing 10 seconds in. John, who are you playing to be losing 10 seconds into already? Jesus. I don't know if I even want him. Yes, he's good, but I don't necessarily want a player just because they really... Well, Gabriel, here's the thing. Dubois really wants to play in Montreal. He's going to want to play better than he did in Winnipeg. This is a guy who has, 50 points in 60 games? You're going to be getting a point-per-game player out of Pierre-Luc Dubois. Plus, this is good because it gives you a chance then to play, say, Dubois at your second-line center, move Doc to the right wing on that second line. Then you can flip Anderson because Dubois is also that big body presence. He's a good power forward. He can throw the body around. Yeah, honestly, I would personally say, personally, for me, like I said, like if you can play Pierre-Luc Dubois at second line center, like I don't think you'd want to go Doc third line center just because you still have Christian Dvorak probably next year. I don't think we trade him in the offseason. I think he's more of a deadline move. I think you probably play Dvorak at third line center, move Doc to the right wing, and then either trade Andy or maybe use him as a third liner. I don't know if you'd want to do that, but I don't know. We'll see what the Canadiens do if they want Pierre-Luc Dubois. If they don't, there's also that possibility we just move Dubois to the left wing because I think he can play center and left wing, and then Harvey-Pinard's used on the third line, for example, next year. We'll see, though. I would like Pierre-Luc Dubois, though, because he really wants to play in Montreal. Those are the types of players that you want, is guys who want to be in Montreal and guys who want to play for this team. I think every team wants that, guys who want to play for that team. They're playing the Knights. Thank you, Cameron. The Oilers score 30 seconds later. Damn, John Speed, you're in for a 4-3 finish. If the Habs offer like a third for PLD, we could technically RFA qualifying offer him and play bitch mode with him. Well, Faggio, here's the thing: is that no, you probably will not. Dubois, if you sit him out for the year, he just goes to Europe, and then you get nothing for him. Faggio, if I were the Jets, I'd rather take a third round pick and Matthias Norlander for PLD over waiting that year and then lose him for nothing. You know, you're playing Vegas away. Thank you, John Speed. Chaz, I do respect the Canadians though. I really like Suzuki. Chaz, yeah, I like I enjoy some players in the Flyers. I was legitimately jealous that they were the team that got Owen Tippett. When there's the talks of Ben Sherratt going to Florida, I was really hoping Montreal could get I was really hoping that they could get Owen Tippett. I was really hoping that'd be the case. I really like that kid. I think he's going to be a really good second liner for the Flyers. I think they got a really good player there. I also like that Morgan Frost kid played pretty well tonight. I also really like that Noah Yates kid. He's really solid. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of him. Hell yeah. Um, okay, I just read that. Agreed. I just don't know how much he'll cost if he's staying here long term. Gabriel, if he wants to be in Montreal, I feel like he would take that pay cut of about 6.5, maybe 6. I doubt he'd go that low, but I think he would take a bit of a pay cut to come to Montreal. At least I think so. Yeah, for me, I would definitely, I'd give him an 8-year deal, because if you're trading for his rights, then 7-year deal. I would trade from giving that 8-year deal 6.5, maybe $7 million. Yeah, I'd be perfectly fine with that. He's what, 25, 26? He'll be earlier, but like you can go easily. You can go with that. Like yeah, hell yeah. I think that if, like I said, if you go 5-6 year deal, $7 million per, boom, perfect, right on the mark. It speeds up the rebuild a little bit, sure, but again, this is a guy who's 25, 26 years old, just about to enter his prime. You do what you can to get that player, especially if he wants to play your team. A guy who could potentially be a first line center and force Nick Suzuki to your second line. I like that. Yeah, like, tap at least 2.5, 8 Montreal. Hey, Randy, how's it going? Barron made that error pinching to cost the second goal against us. Randy, I would say it's both Barron and Edmondson. I think Edmondson caused the turnover. Edmondson was the one who gave the puck up on that turnover, and then Barron did pinch in on that. So yeah. Randy, no, we're not going to forget PLD, because there's apparently a 95% chance he ends up in Montreal. Habs and Jets have talked trade, according to, I think it was Elliot Friedman who mentioned on 32 Thoughts, that the Jets and Habs have talked PLD, and there's a 95% likelihood he ends up in Montreal. I can't wait for that. As early as this offseason, apparently, is when it's looking like it could happen. I'm on Instagram right now debating this absolute retard. Leafs fan, of course. Thank you, Gabriel. Hell yeah. This idiot says Ilya fucking Samsonov will have a better career than Pricey by the time it's granted. You see, Gabriel, that's when you just comment. That's when you just reply to him. Get out of the first round. It's an old excuse, but just comment. Get out of the first round. I'm gonna be like every other Jets fan. Nick Suzuki for PLD, and you're still underpaying. Hell yeah, Fazio. There we go. Let's go, baby. Hey, Chaz just subbed. I'm sorry that you don't have a thing that can pop up. I'm not on Streamlabs right now. I'm just on the regular YouTube streaming. But I'm assuming it would be up in this corner, I think. So thank you, Chaz, for the subscribe of channel, for the subscription to the channel. I appreciate it a lot. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. I know we're still a long way from it, but you know what? I got a feeling in the next year we might be able to hit that, because I'm gonna start grinding my ass on some pulls. I'm grinding on YouTube. No, I'm gonna start grinding this summer as soon as the season ends, because the Canadiens aren't making the fucking playoffs. So like, yeah. Again, might do Panthers if they make the playoffs. Might do Penguins if they make the playoffs. Though Penguins, I don't think that'd be really probably won't be good to do the fucking the Penguins. But but as soon as the regular season ends for the Canadiens, I'm gonna try and start doing more streams. I think it'd be a really fun thing to do. Some gaming streams, some hangout streams, and just kind of grind away the content. See if we can get subscribers over the summer. And yeah. Pretty sure PLD is 24 and Leonard's app confirms. Yeah, so if he's going to be 25, say this offseason, I'll just say 25. If he's 25 this offseason, even give him an 8-year deal, that brings him to 33. You give him a 5-6-year deal until he's 30 to 31, boom, that's perfect. Cameron, exactly. He does deserve it at that point, exactly. Gabriel, yeah, Elliot Freeman says it's not if, but when he joins the Habs. Genuinely, I'm excited, Gabriel. I am genuinely excited for Pierre-Luc Dubois, future Montreal Canadian. I can't wait till it happens. Also, by the way, boys, if you guys are wondering why is the board behind me, yeah, if you guys are wondering, then yeah, I did a video today that may or may not be going up tomorrow. I was actually going to upload it while I did the stream, but then I remembered my Wi-Fi and my data for some reason kind of clash when I try and stream and upload a video. That happened once before, so I'm going to wait until after the stream, and that's going to go up tomorrow, probably during the sim, which I just realized, shit, that it's going up during the sim and the video is going to be updated. You know what? Fuck it. I'll upload the video tonight. Fuck it. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Why did I? Gabriel, to be fair, everybody's talking about after next season. Oh, Habs are going to go after Pierre-Luc Dubois after next season. You know, everybody's been talking about that, so I think that's probably why you thought the contract ended after next year. PLD has one more. Yes, he does earn tap this year. He has a 1-year deal that ends after this season. He's an RFA. And then if the Jets qualify him and he accepts, he is on another 1-year deal, and that forces him to UFA status to free agency if he wants to go, which it seems like if the Canadiens don't trade for him, he will be going to free agency. So PLD, again, it seems like he is going to be a Montreal Canadian sooner rather than later. You should do what John does and sub. I mean, exactly. Work hard, make good content, get 100,000 views, only 20 comments, and 800 likes. Exactly, Fazio. I gotta do what John does and work hard, make good content that doesn't get that gets a lot of views but not much interaction for some reason. Yeah, I should definitely do that. Gabriel, no, don't worry about it, my guy. Kanye likes Jews again. Yes, he does, sons. That is very true. I'm pretty sure PLD. Yes, he is, Fazio. PLD is on a 1-year deal. Cat, how's it going? Thank you for coming by. Much appreciated. PLD will be a Hab next season. He demands a trade in the offseason. Bet on it, sons. If that happens, I will be very happy. If he demands a trade to Montreal in the offseason, I would very much like that a lot. Excuse me, sorry. You think Caulfield will be signed before he's able to get offer sheeted? Gabriel, is he eligible for an offer sheet this offseason? I actually don't know if he is. Something tells me because of the status that he might not be. He is eligible for arbitration. His qualifying offer. Yes, okay, so he has a qualifying offer. I don't think that he's eligible. Let me actually go to the Montreal Canadiens right now. I don't think he's eligible for an offer sheet. Let me look, actually. ELC, waivers exempt, maximum potential. Why does it not tell me what type of, RFA he is? Arbitration eligible. Yeah, it's not telling me what type of, RFA he is, because I know there's types. I know there's types where it's some of them are eligible for arbitration and an offer sheet. Some of them can be offer sheeted without the arbitration, and some of them can't be offer sheeted. It's weird. I'm not seeing anything about it, but if he is eligible for an offer sheet, 100% he's getting signed. Gabriel. Apparently, they started talks last month, I think it was, and they were going very well. It was just basically just starting terms. Basically, what each side wants out of the deal. That's basically what they were talking about from what I remember hearing about. Exactly. Harry, PLD benefits comes from two ways: physicality plus a big boost to the offense, and PLD becomes the 1C. Or top, I don't know if I'd say Dubois becomes the 1C. I think Suzuki is still our 1C. But means Suzuki is 2C, which means better Suzuki. It might mean a better Suzuki, but I do think Suzuki is still our 1C. I wouldn't be surprised to see Nick Suzuki retain that 1C spot since he is the captain. Dubois second line center, and then Doc on the right wing, or Doc second line center, Dubois on the left wing. All right, sorry, boys. NCAA, I mean, to be fair, we were never really in it, but yes, we are out of playoff contention officially. Honestly, I don't think the Jets will ever win a cup. We're too small of a market for players to want to figure out barely anything for him because Kane demanded a trade, meaning Chicago, no bargaining. I mean, Gabriel, technically, this is different because Kane had a no trade clause or no movement clause, and the only places he would move to were the Rangers and Toronto. Those were the only, theoretically, say they qualify and they give him a contract, they could then trade him to say, I don't know, let's just say Buffalo for whatever reason. Say Buffalo. And then they get him for that 1 year until he goes to the UFA market, for example. So technically, the Jets do have a bit of bargaining power because it's basically a 1 year rental for most teams that get Pierre-Luc Dubois, basically, unless they manage to convince him to stay, which I don't think there is any convincing him to stay in a market. Because the fact that he said he's going to Montreal, even if the Jets win a cup, shows you how good Montreal is. But yeah, no, I again, they're slightly different situations, but I do get what you're going for. Habs are officially neutralized. Goddamn, Suns, that sucks. I had so much hope for this team in September. Flames are still in the wild card race. But are they really NCAA? I don't know if they are. Are the Habs a playoff team next year? I'm thinking another year or two into the playoff team. Suns, I could see possibly next year as being a playoff team. I think what would happen. What would have to happen for us to be a playoff team next year is Montembeault would have to play out of his mind next season. No more injuries. So Caulfield not out for 50 games out of the year. Jacky not out for 50 games of the year. Monahan not out for 60 games of the year, basically. If we keep Monahan, which people are forgetting about Sean Monahan. I feel like we might re-sign him to a 1-year extension. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if Montreal does end up being a playoff team. Like I said, Suns, if Monty has a big season, there's no more injuries, Caulfield takes that next step into a 45 goal scorer, Suzuki evolves, if we get, say, Pierre-Luc Dubois, I wouldn't be surprised if the Canadiens are a playoff team if all this goes right. But I am like you, I think it's another year or two after until we are a playoff team, definitely. If we hypothetically got Pierre-Luc Dubois and Bedard, if we hypothetically got PLD, okay, Ben Shapiro, if we hypothetically speaking, if we got PLD and no, if we hypothetically got PLD and Bedard this season, we're making the playoffs next year. I don't care what anybody says. Yeah, Gabriel, I could see that. I definitely think we have a very good chance of making the playoffs at that point. Yeah, at that point, it's almost a matter of like, who the fuck do you get rid of? Because your top line is probably Slavkovsky. Actually, it isn't. It's probably Suzuki, Bedard, Caulfield, and then maybe Slavkovsky with Dubois and Doc, for example. And then you have a third line of probably Harvey-Pinard and Anderson on the wing. Say this is without trading anybody, just letting go of Drouin, because unfortunately it seems like that's going to be the case at this point. So, say a third line of Harvey-Pinard and Gallagher with probably Dvorak at center, and then a fourth line of Evans with, honestly, I'd say Belzile. I think you keep Belzile, and then I'm trying to think of players without having to look at our lineup. But you could probably maybe try and fit not Harvey-Pinard, I already said him. I don't know. There's probably a spot open there on that fourth line right wing. But I think you could genuinely have a playoff contender next year, like you said, Gabriel. If we get PLD and Bedard this offseason, that's the biggest upgrade in the league. If the Jets win the cup this year, you're hilarious. Yeah. Well, no, Fagio. Dubois said that. No matter if the Jets win the cup or not, yeah. Forgot to say it a few days ago, you met Kyle Bukauskas. Let's go, NZA. Hell yeah, let's go. You met Kyle Bukaki. Love me some Kyle Bukaki. Let's go. Hell yeah. Trade Drouin to Vegas for Nick will in a second. Nikki, given that Drouin's a pending that was weird. Given that Drouin's a pending UFA, we can't. Listen, NZA, the Jets are unpredictable. You're absolutely still in the playoff race. That is actually true, Fagio. That is actually true. Nikki, how about no Fagio? Oh, damn, we got some fucking GM beef in the chat. Let's go. I came for Engvall to take Bailey's spot next year after we buy his ass out. Suns, has Engvall actually been good for you guys? There's no way Pierre Engvall is yet another trade where the Leafs get fleeced. There is a 0% chance. 6 points in 11 games. Oh my fucking God, Pierre Engvall is actually not bad. Oh my fucking God. He's a fucking GOAT. That's awesome. That is absolutely amazing. Are the refs really able to call tripping on goalies? Yes, they are, Kat. If the goalies actually committed tripping, yeah, they're actually able to. Do you think we trade Galley, and if we do, we'll retain any salary? Gabriel, at this point, I don't think we do end up trading Brendan Gallagher right now, at least. I think after another year or two, if he remains healthy after next season or for next season, I think there's a chance that we might end up trading him. I do think it'll have to involve a bit of retained salary. But actually, I don't know. Depending on how much the salary cap goes up. If the salary cap for next year goes up by, say, 3-4 million, like apparently it might end up what might end up happening. I could potentially end up seeing potentially seeing us not needing to retain salary, especially if it's a team especially if a trade to say like an Anaheim, for example, like Anaheim for a second, a prospect, and like a third, for example. If it's something like that, I could see us getting rid of Brendan Gallagher then. But if the cap only goes up by $1 million, I think it's another year or two before we end up dealing him. Oh, and yeah, I get that. You're gonna be sad, but the cap relief is gonna be a lot better for the Canadiens. Jonathan Quick just got a tripping penalty. Thank you, Cap, for the update. I appreciate that. Horvat's been asked though. Oof, Gabriel. Slavkovsky, Suzuki, Caulfield, Harvey-Pinard, Bedard, Dvorak, Gurianov, Doc Gallagher, Pitlick, Beck, Hoffman. This is what I call a mid-ass team that'll get eliminated in the first round. Well, Nikki, here's the thing: we're still better than the Rangers. That's the funny part. No. Also, Nikki, you're wrong. It probably would be Suzuki moving to the left wing. Dvorak is probably the third line center. Probably Slavkovsky. I think at this point Harvey-Pinard would take that over. So it's probably Harvey-Pinard then with Dubois and maybe Gurianov, because I think Gurianov can also play the right wing. And then Slavkovsky, Dvorak, and Anderson. Also, Nikki, keep in mind, you're forgetting about fucking Josh Anderson being on this team, dude. So, like, my guy, come forgetting about guys like that, Nikki. Like, come on. Halfway through the first period, and it's 3-2 Oilers. Well, John Speed, I got to hurry this fucking game up then because I want to watch that. Holy shit. Do you think there's any way Caulfield doesn't resign at all? He wants Montreal. It genuinely wouldn't surprise me if we end up giving him an 8-year deal. Genuinely wouldn't surprise me if he ends up with 8 years, $9 million per. But then again, a real season, they got like $9 million over. They just got like $9 million over 8 years for the projection of what they should be. So yeah, for me, I think it's more. I think Caulfield could get 10.5 million, but if we're going off of him wanting to take a pay, for example, it could be in the 7 million range. I do think realistically it's an $8.5, $9 million type of deal. I think that's probably what Caulfield gets, somewhere around there, 8.5, 9 million. Horvat sucks because he has nobody to play with because Barzal's hurt. Exactly, Sons. Exactly. Anderson doesn't fit the team. Just trade him. All right, Nicky, we'll trade him to the goddamn Rangers for 2 firsts. Alexis Lafreniere, Capo Caco, and why not Condre Miller? I just came. Enzi, I didn't need to know that. And I just came. I just came and I gotta go now. See you. Thank you, Enzi, for coming by, man. Much appreciated. Thank you very much for coming by. Good evening, Harry. Hey, Dan, how's it going? All right, Nikki, let's do it. 2 firsts, Caco, Lafreniere, and Condre Miller for Josh Anderson. Thank you for the 5 first-round picks, Nikki. Thank you very much. So before the game, Doc, like I said, is out. Sean Farrell makes his NHL debut. Caden Primo gets the start as well. Canadiens in the opening minute try to push. Farrell with his first shift. He is officially in the NHL. Nikki, sure, we'll add a 6th as a sweetener, actually, just to be nice. Kako. Excuse me, I don't know why I just did that. Kako and Laffer, the biggest bus, the fattest bus ever. Sons, they might be with the Rangers, but you know what? The Canadiens can turn them into half-decent fourth-liners. That is how good the Canadiens are. When we're making AHL second-liners look like fourth-liners, that's how good the Habs are, baby. Let's go. Flyers look to score. Hazeline has a good push. Bellows had a bit of speed. Kiefer Bellows, Islanders legends, by the way. Nick Suzuki had some good speed around a defender. There's a shot on net that stopped. Primo makes his 4th save of the game. It's a really solid one. There's a rush chance that nearly scored. Farabee took that shot. Hot take. Red Wings, who currently have the 8th best odds at winning the lottery, will win the lottery. Gabriel, I don't know if I see Bedard in the Red Wings uniform. I don't know if I see that. I don't know if I see that. Like, it'd be interesting seeing a team that high up. Seeing a team that high up in the odds actually winning, that would be kind of fun. Nikki, no, Suns. The Islanders did not draft Neil Yakupov. That would have been the Edmonton Oilers, which I'm very surprised it was not the New York Rangers, given how they like their first overall busts. Case in point, Artemi Panarin, clearly. No, but have to go back the other way. There's a couple nice rushes. Okay, Chevy, we picked Cole Perfetti in 2020, Chaz Lucic in 2021, Rucker McGroarty, and Brad Lambert in 2022. Our top 4 is Mirochichenko, Pionk, DeMello, Schmidt, pick a D-man, Chevy okay, takes Quentin Musty. Sounds pretty good to me, Fazio. Yeah, probably, yeah, kind of sounds like it. Yak, Dag, Small Dig, Nikki, you're forgetting Lafreniere. I'd say Lafreniere is above Yak and Dag because Dag at least played a decade in the league. Dag at least had 3 20-goal seasons. I can't see Bedard in any uniform in the bottom 5. I can't see Bedard in any uniform in the bottom 5 except Montreal. I know that kind of seems obvious. Exactly, Chicago. I can't see him in Chicago or Chirac. I fuck. Yeah, I can't see him in those uniforms there. Like, I try to imagine him in like an Anaheim uniform, and that's the only other one besides Montreal that seems like okay, that seems a little bit fitting. Like that's a little bit right, you know? Like it's weird. Like no pun intended, right? But like it does seem like Anaheim, Montreal. Those are the two teams that feel like they'd get him. Exactly, Gabriel. Though, like, I don't think I see Bedard in any other uniform either. I don't think I do either. Habs go back the other way. Like it says, nice rushes. We were looking for tips and screenshots, just trying to put one home at this stage. Habs get a couple turnovers. Ullinen, I mentioned this before. The team that deserves Bedard is the team that can build around him. Columbus is my favorite for him, and then front runners being Montreal. Well, Nikki, here's the issue: is that nobody wants to be in Columbus, so Bedard would probably request a trade or hold out like Eric Lindros. I think Montreal is actually the best team that can build around a Connor Bedard because we already have Nick Suzuki, Cole Caulfield, Harvey-Pinard, Sean Farrell, Josh Wall, and not to mention our blue liners. We already have a great prospect system. We can build the team up around Bedard with these great players that are going to be all around him. I genuinely think that Montreal is the best place for Connor Bedard. Columbus, like, can you even really guarantee he's going to be there for at least a decade? Like, I don't think so. Gabriel, yeah, I'd feel bad for Connor Bedard. I feel bad for Connor Bedard if he has to go to Columbus. I'd also feel bad for Columbus because they know if he goes to Columbus, the first chance he gets, he's getting out of there. He's getting out of there the first goddamn chance that he can. Yeah. Goudreau, Bedard, Line, Johnson, Rosovic. Okay, Nikki, thank you. I appreciate that. Okay. Canadians again, good turnovers. Ullinen had some good work. Puck gets to Galley. Good wrister on net. Both teams are offside at different points. The game was slowed down. There were 6 minutes without a Flyers shot. Habs were piling them on the other way. Galley goes off the crossbar. That was nearly put home. Flyers get a shot off of Primo. He holds. There wasn't too much to note. Habs fourth line gets some push. Tierney nearly found Pizzetto on a near 2-on-1. There's a Belzile shot directed to Sandstrom. Good tricky shot saved there. Flyers then back the other way. Wade Allison was causing some problems for Primo. Good saves though. Farrell with a nice defensive play. The poise he had was really showing defensively. I thought he had a very solid defensive showing. Then you rush for the Canadiens. Gaudreau, Bedard, Line, Johnson, Rosovic, Chinnikov, Benstrom, Sillinger, free agent acquisition, Robinson, Foodie, Marchenko. Kirill Marchenko, who has like 20 fucking goals. Who has like 20 fucking goals this year. The fact that you have him on the fourth line instead of fucking Igor Chinnikov, who's probably not going to make it in the end. Yeah, it's just an L for you, in my opinion. I think this is a common Nicky L. If you look at which team would be best for Bedard, it is Montreal. Exactly, Gabriel. Columbus is irrelevant. Chicago's going to be shit for the next 3-4 years. Next time San Jose is going to make the playoffs is 2040. Exactly, Gabriel. Like, I think it's genuinely Montreal and then Anaheim, I think, are the two best teams. Montreal already getting Connor Bedard would just add to it even more. And then Anaheim also has a really solid prospect pool. They're going to be good again in probably 3 years. So, yeah, I think if Bedard, I think if Bedard wants to win in the next 5 years, Montreal is the place he wants to go. If he doesn't mind taking a little bit of time for a team to get good, Anaheim's the place for him to go. If he never wants to make the playoffs, then San Jose and Columbus are the teams for him to go to. Yeah, as simple as that. There's the fourth line for Montreal. Then pushed again, actually. Belzile with a nice sharp shot from the boards. Flyer scramble in front, Primo with a few rough pokes. Mento right, Marchenko third, bottom 6 forward acquisition, but they won't even have to go whenever they have Matthew Olivier. I don't know if he's gonna pan out in the NHL level. He's a guy. I think he can be hit or miss. But Marchenko, even then again, I'd say Marchenko is probably a second line, Chinnikov third line. Yeah. Remember that pic of him meeting Marty St. Louis as a kid? That is true, Gabriel. I completely forgot about that. There was a picture of Connor Bedard meeting Marty St. Louis as a kid. Dude, here's the thing, boys. The writing is on the wall. The writing is on the wall. Connor Bedard has said before he would not mind playing for the Montreal Canadiens. He has said that before. Montreal is a market that would love Connor Bedard. It would make the NHL so much money if Connor Bedard goes to Montreal. All right? And just Montreal would be such a great place for Bedard to play. He has that picture of Marty St. Louis. He's talked all about Montreal. It's just like come on. I mean, that's why he's on the fourth line. Chinnikov will be a middle six for sure. I think he'll pan out. He's his right coach, and the one they have right now is not a good coach for contending, similar to David Quinn. I get that, Nikki, but again, I don't get why he'd be on the fourth line when he has 20 goals this year. He's Columbus's most consistent goal scorer since he's joined their lineup. I get Gaudreau and Laine being on the wings with Bedard, looks sexy, but we got to remember that Patrick Laine has not been Patrick Laine. He's a second liner, in my opinion. Genuinely, he's been a second liner in Columbus, and just I feel like if anything, actually Marchenko could be on the first line and Laine on the second. But if you're just looking at how sexy the lines look, Marchenko should be on the second line, Chinnikov third line, and then a free agent acquisition on the fourth line. If we're going into next year, that's why I just read that. If there's any time for Gabriel, if there's any time for Bettman to rig a draft, if there's any time for Bettman to rig a draft, it's Montreal this year. It absolutely should be. Faj, I'll check Discord DMs in a minute. I almost closed the stream accidentally. I'll do that in a second. If he goes to Montreal, he'll be top 10, maybe top 5. Oh, Gabriel, he will absolutely be top 10, for sure top 5 if you ask me. Especially if he goes to Montreal. Bedard, Suzuki, Caulfield jerseys will be selling like fucking crack. Absolute crack. No doubt about it. Oh my God, Fazio, what the fuck are these? What the hell are these? That he looks natural in a Habs jersey, man. He looks so natural in a Habs and a goddamn Ducks uniform, dude. If we get Connor Bedard, if the Montreal Canadiens somehow land Connor fucking Bedard, genuinely, I don't know what I would do. If the Canadiens got Connor Bedard in the draft, it would be genuinely hilarious, genuinely funny. I just, oh my God. Dexter, Bruins lost tonight. Damn. Oh, that sucks, Dexter. How's it going? Thank you for coming by, man. Remember Ben's reaction to when the Habs won the lottery last year? Imagine what his reaction will be this time. Oh God, yeah, Gabriel. That'll be funny. Why'd you send me a crying baby? God, fuck off. Fuck off, Fagio. Fuck off. Last year I lost my voice for 3 days. Yeah, Gabriel, dude, yeah. Dude, yeah. You guys might have seen the draft lottery reaction video that I posted. That was from Instagram. You guys might have seen that. If not, look on the channel. It's very fun. Look under the videos because I took it from Instagram, so that's why it's a video. But yeah, no, I was screaming as soon as we won the draft lottery. Legitimately, if that happens this year, if I'm home alone again, for the draft lottery this year, I genuine come. I don't care. I don't care. If I'm streaming on Instagram, I will get my Instagram banned. I don't care. I will strip. I will dance. I will scream to the heavens about Connor Bedard if I'm home alone. Genuinely. It's been but I'm sorry about that, Dexter. Hopefully you're feeling better, man. Hopefully you're getting better. Hopefully you get better in the next couple days, man. Fanatics is such a good brand for jerseys. They don't make any mistakes on the jerseys, none whatsoever. Exactly, Nikki. Exactly. You have no idea how hard I sell it when we got McDavid. Oh, John Speed, I don't. I genuinely don't. I'm sure it was a decent amount. I'm sure it was a decent amount. Hell yeah. I stayed up all night. My family bought pizza and cake. Hey, let's go, John Speed. That sounds like a really fun celebration. Hell yeah. Flyers scrambled in front of Primo. There were a couple rough pokes, but there's nothing past just yet. Flyers pushed in the final minute. Savard turned a puck over. There's a good back check by Harvey-Pinard shortly afterwards. The shots are 13-9 Canadiens, but a scoreless tie of 0-0 after 20 minutes. One of the best moments I've watched as an Oilers fan. You don't need so far, just as an Oilers fan, yeah. Remember how last draft New Jersey jumped like 4 spots to go to number 2? If that happens to us, dude, Gabriel, if that actually does happen to us, like if we get second overall, I'm gonna shit because that likely means we get Adam Fantilli, and I don't want Adam Fantilli. God, dude, I don't know. Part of me wants to stay at number 5 because that likely means we might take Matvei Michkov. But at the same time, if we jump to number 2, who knows? Taylor Hall was almost a Bruin for his whole career, but it was a 50-50 on Hall or Sagan, and Edmonton took Hall. Damn, Dexter. Damn. Nikki, you want Michkov so bad? Well, too bad the Rangers won't get him. They won't get to ruin another half-decent prospect. Yeah, Gabe, exactly. I'll be happy with picks like 1 and then 3 through 8. I mean, aren't first and second that are above the Canadiens when draft lottery, for example. But yeah, fuck. Fazio, honestly, not trying to jinx it, but if Gary Bettman were to rig a draft, he would honestly rig it for Phoenix to keep them in business and stay in Tempe. Then again, they might. No, Fazio, there's no way you can bust Connor Bedard, even if we're joking. Yeah, no, there's no way that he can bust out, even if it's in Phoenix. Sure, Bettman would probably rig it for Phoenix. What the fuck happened to my camera? Do you get it's fucking it's really weird. But yeah, he probably would rig it to Phoenix, but I don't think it's to keep him in business and stay in Tempe because they already have Logan Cooley. They already have these prospects of theirs that are pretty solid. Liam Kirk, don't forget Liam Kirk. So I think they are going to be good. Plus, if the Tempe deal goes through, they don't necessarily need a Connor Bedard. They need to have Dexter. I hope the Bruins do get wait. I don't think the Bruins have their first this year, do they? Yeah, the pick we don't have yet. I just read that. Yeah. So the Bruins their first round pick this year. That's weird. Hall was the right decision. He was good for us. Yeah, it was John Speed. He definitely was. He was. I just read that. I want Barlow or Sal with our first round Matvei Michkov, and he's not available there. So yeah. He'll already be developed. He's gonna be Nixter. Here's the thing. The Rangers still ruin every one of their prospects that have come through the last decade. So yeah. But teams will definitely talk to Michkov. Definitely Gabriel. I think Montreal's going to be one of those teams that will talk to Michkov for the draft exactly and see if he'll want to come to North America before 2026. Even then, say you're waiting 3 years. I think if you're waiting 3 years, that's perfectly fine. You wait 3 years until this dude is just 21 for him to come over to the NHL. For a future 50-60 goal scorer, you wait those 3 years. You let him play out his contract in Russia for those 3 years. In Russia, now of course there's also that issue of would he even want to come to the NHL? Would he just want to stay in Russia? There's always going to be that will they, won't they? But personally, I Matvei Michkov again. He's going to be a 50-60 goal scorer in the NHL, and I genuinely think any team that gets him is getting a massive gem. But Bruins traded the pick to the Caps. Oh, yeah, the Caps traded that pick to Toronto, I think, in exchange for Rasmus Sandin. Bettman would rig it to Chicago, one original 6 team to hide the facts from the... I'm darkness. I don't think it'd be to hide the sexual assault case, because that's clearly fucking well known. If anything, people are going to just bring that back up. Can't wait for them to assault fucking Connor Bedard. Or hey, Connor Bedard goes to sexual assaulting team or whatever. Like it's gonna be like that type. There's gonna be those types of jokes. Yeah. So yeah, I don't. Yeah. Would you want Leo Carlsson over Adam Fantilli? Gabriel, 100%. I'd love Leo Carlsson over Adam Fantilli. I'd actually much prefer that. I almost called him Adam Carlson. I would definitely like John Carlson over Adam Fantilli, 100%. If Vancouver jumps to number 2, there's going to be some 2011 shit going on again. Probably Faggio. Wouldn't surprise me. Habs go to the PK very early in the second period. Wait, there's no way that's that early. Apparently it is. Guerin gets called for tripping. It actually did look like it was Sean Farrell. Would not technically get his first penalty of his NHL career, though. Flyers weren't able to get much early on. Habs are able to clear it out. Second minute of the power play. Flyers with good control. Harvey-Pinard is badly hurt on a shot block, and there's no whistle. Bob, how's it going, man? Bob Cannon, let's go. Love to see him in the chat. Hell yeah, let's go, Bob. How's it going, my good sir? Harvey-Pinard, like I said, is badly hurt on a shot block. There's no whistle. He's stuck out there. It's basically a 5-on-3. We are 1-for-1 on the PK tonight, but 2 seconds after the PK ends, Morgan Frost buries a cross creaser. That sucks. Flyers get on a 2-on-1 shortly after Kovacevic loses an edge. Ullinen was getting a look at the top line as Harvey-Pinard went to the back. Speaking of Arizona, yes, we are, Nikki. Primo, then I think he was run into. There's no penalty. His stick and blocker went flying. Habs go the other way, though. It's 2-on-1 nearly. There is a 2-on-1, nearly 2-on-0. Gallagher just tips a shot wide. Evans tries to center it, but Sandstrom covers. Sorry, boys, just had to cough real quick. The city of Tempe is suing, the city of Phoenix is suing Tempe for development that includes the kite. Really, Nikki, what's the details? Obviously, at this point of the season, we can't get to last place. I'd be fine saying a 5th worst because then I won't be as pissed if we move down in the draft. Yes, Gabriel, definitely. Like, if we move from, say, 5th to 7th, like, there's some people in a Habs server that I'm in that have been saying, oh, we need a top 5 pick. Like, we need the props. Like, no, we do not need a top 5 pick. We have a great draft class already. If there was a goalie in the top 5, like, say, someone that was supposed to be Jesper Wallstead or Yaroslav Askarov, someone like them, then okay, yeah, no, I'd want a top 5 pick if he's projected there. Of course, there's always that likelihood he probably does fall because goalies always seem to fall in the drafts usually, unless of course there is Rick DiPietro. But yeah, no, like I wouldn't mind if we end up falling from say 5th to 6th or 5th to 7th. Is I think the most we can fall is 2 spots. I wouldn't mind falling those 2 spots because there's a chance that say we want Matvei Michkov at 5. There's that chance he's still there at 7 because of the Russian factor. So, like, for me, I don't know. I wouldn't overreact until personally, I wouldn't overreact until the Canadiens select who they want, and if it's like one of 3 players that there's 3 players that I wouldn't want on the Canadiens, not necessarily because they won't be good, but just I wouldn't want 3 of them. So yeah. I would wait to really freak out about what position the Habs are drafting in until it's like all but confirmed or it's the draft day and the Canadiens select who they were going to pick. So yeah, all good here, brother. Good game by the Habs tonight. Primo played well. Bob, yeah. It was a pretty all right game. I thought it was very boring in the third period. Primo definitely did play well. I do agree with you. I think Primo had a very, very nice game tonight. Puck Report reported it. That's all I know. Okay, thank you, Nikki. I joined the stream. There's not Fantilli slander. There's just Fantilli truth, Jack. Hey, I'd rather not, Jack Olsen, because I don't feel like getting banned from there. Harry, don't forget Habs. Apparently, that is true, Lucas. I forgot about that. The Habs apparently are not taking. Well, to be fair, wasn't that Grant McKegg who said that, Lucas? Because I don't believe anything that Grant McKegg says. Exactly, Lucas. Primo played well. I'd argue there was no chance of him stopping. Oh, yeah, no, there was a 0% chance he was stopping that last goal. I do agree with you, Lucas. Lucas, it's weird. Why did we put Jake Allen in net for that when we pulled Primo? Why did we put Jake Allen in net for like a minute? If you guys have watched the game, you won't get it. But yeah, I think the Habs still need more depth up front. No point. Yeah, Bob. I mean, I don't know if we need more depth, just because, like, if we look at the left wing, for example, we have Slavkovsky, Wall, Harvey-Pinard now. At center, obviously, we have Suzuki and Doc and Evans and Owen Beck. Right wing, we have Caulfield. Waugh can also play on the right wing. And Mishak, for example, who can also play center and left wing. I think he can play all three, actually, just like Waugh. You have guys there. You have solid players there. Also, Emil Heineman, who I'm not even forgetting about him. I'm not gonna forget about him. I wouldn't argue that we necessarily need need more depth. I think we just need at this point like a good bottom six winger, who you can probably get in the second round, for example. I think like that, if you and then like you said, a goalie in the third round, Thomas Schmielik. I'd be more than happy with that, honestly. No, I wouldn't troll. I like joining other servers to talk to their fans. Hey, well, all right, Jack. I'll send you the server then. I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you after the stream then. The shot, right in front of him, and the beautiful shot from Frost. Yeah, Lucas. No chance. No, there's really no chance. No, there's really no chance. I would argue those were not his fault at all. What is the next good goalie prospect? I don't think I've seen one in 2023 or 2024. Fazio, I would not be the guy to ask. It'd be Jack Olson. Hey, F1 stuff. How's it going, man? Thank you very much for coming by. Much appreciated. Okay, God, I gotta try and find it. All right. Canadians tried to push. Pizzetta is found from Tierney. Shot is off the post. Pizzetta tried to score the same way he scored last night in the shootout, and it almost worked. That was genuinely surprising. Wade Allison gets on a great breakaway. Primo makes a save and another one on the rebound. Then the Canadiens score. Montreal strikes kind of against the flow of the play. Tie game. Brendan Gallagher gets his 7th of the year. That is apparently unassisted. I'm sure they've added assist to it by now, but it's a really solid steal. It's in the back of the net. Montreal ties the game. Harvey-Pinard was back on the bench after he had gone to the quiet room for a bit. Jerome was shifted to the left wing at this stage. Canadians had some good pressure, good skating. There were some nice breaks. They were trying to get some 2-on-1s. New Jersey last year went from 5-2. They had an 8.8 chance of going to 2 and 2 years in a row. But I don't know. We'll see, obviously. Caitlin. Oh, my God. Caitlin. God, I can't say it properly. Kaylin or Kylan, it might be pronounced either way. If you can let me know, that'd be appreciated. But Kylan, oh my God, my voice cracking is amazing. But Kylan, thank you for coming by. Much appreciated. Thank you. I appreciate the viewership. Real question: which team has the best prospect pool? Montreal, Fazio. It's between. For me, it's easily between Montreal and Buffalo. If you ask me, if it's absolutely between those two teams. I would give the slight edge to Montreal just because Buffalo has the goaltending and they have, I think, a little bit more on forward in terms of straight up top 6 guys. I think Montreal has more low key type of top 6 players and a much better defensive future at this stage. Goaltending is still a little bit out there, and we'll see how that transpires. Okay, so it is Kylan. All right, Kylan, how's it going? Thank you for coming by to the stream. Hope you're having a wonderful night. Pizzetta is viewed favorably among me now. Suns, surprisingly, me too. He actually has not been god-awful recently. The last month or so, he's played very well. He's actually been heating up. And I'm surprised that I'm saying that. Fazio, if there is he is 15. So, oh, okay. Okay, if there is, he's 15. So no, I get that, Jack. I absolutely get that. Absolutely. There's it's hard to tell goaltenders at 15, even forwards at 15, it's a little bit easier because oh yeah, this guy's got skills and good skating. But goalies, it's just okay, take a pick. Maybe one of these 18 guys, maybe one of them might be a first round pick, Kylan, we need this man on ESPN. Thank you, Kylan. I appreciate it. I would love to go on ESPN. If ever they wanted to have me, I would genuinely provide some integrity for their hockey analysts. Probably speak better than most of them, too. And actually remember the players' names most of the time. So, yeah. I was pissed that we beat Buffalo, but when I saw Pez's Selly, I couldn't be angry. Gabriel, yeah, man. I was happy that we beat Buffalo. I'm obviously a Montreal fan that is okay with rebuild, but I would prefer we win games, obviously. So I was very happy when I saw we won. I was laughing my ass off at Pez's goal and his Selly, though, definitely. I wish that non-terrible play would rub off on Scotty Mayfield. Suns, believe me, I feel your pain. Exactly. Buffalo's an asterisk because they got a ton of great talent back in the Eichel trade. That is true, Bob. That is true. Tuck. They didn't get Thompson. Thompson was in the Krebs and Tuck. Yeah, Thompson was in the Ryan O'Reilly trade. But yeah, they got I think it was Tuck, Krebs, and I want to say it was a first and a third. I think they got from Buffalo. That's what they got from themselves. That's what they got from Vegas for Jack Eichel. I want to say. Bozo. Yeah, Jack Olsen. That rare Jack Olsen bozo moment. Very rare Jack Olsen bozo moment. By the way, Jack, I hope you'll be more active in the league over the next couple weeks because we've missed you coming by for the Sims and shit like that. Oh God. Okay. Where have I left it? Oofed. Flyers then started to push. They had a bit of speed. Montreal with some solid defense. Primo was looking impressive in net. He wasn't looking stressed or pressured all that much. He was actually looking quite good. I thought, and I'm not gonna let this fool me, because back in, I want to say it was 1920, back 103 years ago. No, but back in the 1920 season. Primo played, I want to say it was 4 games for the Canadiens that year, and he looked really good. Came in the year after and or it might have been 18-19, I think, now that I think about it. I think it was the 18-19 season. But came in for 2021 and just it fell apart. He looked like he had regressed in his development. So I'm not gonna say, oh, Primo looks like he could be a backup next year. I'm gonna wait until next season. I'm gonna see if he gets any more games this year. I'm assuming, actually, since Laval is kind of out of that playoff race, I think they're up by 8 points now. I'd assume more than anything that they'll probably keep Primo up and maybe run a 3-goalie tandem. I'd guess maybe give Monty next game, then Primo, Allen, Primo, maybe something like that. Yeah, honestly, for me, like like I said, I wouldn't mind seeing Primo get chances this year. I'm actually happy with him getting chances, and I'm happy that he played well tonight. If he is the backup, the issue then is, do you run a 3-goalie tandem again next year? Do you trade Allen? Do you trade Montembeault? Do you maybe try and get sneaking? Do you maybe try and sneak Caden Primo through waivers? It's just I don't know how Montreal's going to handle the situation, but it's going to be fun to watch. Noah's probably crying because the Kansas lost. Yes, they did. The Kansas did lose. The Hartford Whalers did lose their game tonight. Honestly, you're better than pretty much everyone on everyone on Leafsnet. Thank you, Gabriel. Holy shit, that's a massive compliment. Ron thinks he's a fucking poet. Kind of does. Kevin Kelly is boring as fuck. Jennifer Botterill doesn't go night without complaining about fighting in the NHL. Gabriel, the only guy I will argue that I think I'm not better than on like Sportsnet is probably Kevin Bieksa. I really like Kevin Bieksa's storytelling, a former player, of course. Really like the way he he articulates himself, and I really like some of the points he makes. Again, as a former player, so he obviously has that know-how. I'm a massive fan of Kevin Bieksa on Sportsnet, and honestly, if I could be on Sportsnet, I'd love to do a show with him because I think it'd be hilarious. I think it'd be awesome, and I think there'd be some fun back and forth there. Will Jets make the playoffs this year, Harry? Dan, at this point, apparently it's not looking that likely since the Jets are, I think, 4 points up on, I believe it's the Flames that are just out of the playoff spot. It wouldn't surprise me if the Jets do fall out, because apparently they have been on kind of a free fall recently. But it also wouldn't surprise me if they somehow get their shit together in the last 5 games of the year and make Jets are in the playoffs, and then they probably lose second round because that's how the Jets roll. Sorry, I had to test no language. Hey, don't worry about it, Cat. Don't worry about it. I was about to say, Harry. Gabriel. I like him. Yeah, it's very fun. Definitely. Have you seen Spitting Chicklets, Harry? Dan, I've not seen Spitting Chicklets. Spitting Chicklets is one that I've not taken a look at yet, still, unfortunately. I kind of think that Primo has played well enough to earn some starts in Montreal this season, but I don't see the upside at this point. Keep him Laval and finish the season on a high note. Yeah, Bob, I think the only upside would be, if he wins a game, for example, like a game, wins 1 and say loses 3, for example. But if he has say a 2.5, say a 2.68 goals against average and a 904 save percentage, that shows a little upside. But yeah, no, I definitely don't see the straight up aside from he can handle playing. I don't see the straight up aside from he can handle playing just kind of keep him in Laval, let the guys get through the rebuild this season, and just kind of let that happen. Nashville's 3 back with a game in hand. I think they sneak in. Darkness, I don't know, because they kind of sold at the deadline. They got rid of Tanner Jeannot. They got rid of, I think, 2 other players. Not like Matt Duchene and Forsberg, obviously, but like still, I think they sold a little bit at the deadline. I don't know if I'd see Nashville getting in. I feel like I could, for some reason, see the Flames getting in over Nashville and the Jets, if anything. The Jets play St. Louis tonight, San Jose tonight, so that's an easy 2 points, Gabriel. Never mind, San Jose is winning. Oh my God, that is. Oh no, Dan, I thank you. I will try and check out Spitting Chicklets sometime soon if I can. Subban isn't bad behind the table. Yeah, Cat Subban's pretty all right. Winnipeg has a 3-point lead in the wild card. Thank you, Randy. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, no, if the Flames are only up by a couple points, then I mean, I don't know. I don't know how I feel then. I feel like Winnipeg, like I said, I do think they could sneak in, but if any team does take them out, I do think it's Calgary over Nashville. Yeah, Kat, Subban is realistic with his comments and predictions. I mean, I wouldn't say necessarily super realistic, but he's sensible at that point. He's sensible. Yeah, like I'd say Subban is sensible with the comments and predictions. Definitely should be able to teach John though. Nashville could also make it. They have that many. Yeah, true, Gabriel. They do have. I think they had 1 game in hand. Yeah, like Darkin said, they're 3 back with a game in hand. There's a possibility that that they do sneak in at that point, but I don't know. I do feel like it's either Winnipeg or Calgary. I think that makes that wild card spot. Exactly, Gabriel. Assuming they win those games, exactly. I know Chris Osgood. I can talk to. Kylan. No, it was Kylan. I'm pretty sure it was Kylan. I'm pretty sure. I know Chris Osgood. I can talk to him. Maybe we can pull some strings. Hey, well, Kylan, if that happens, I appreciate that. I'm not gonna hold my breath, but thank you. I appreciate that. Anyways, thank you very much. If it does happen, thank you. If not, I appreciate the attempt. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Coach Frenchie is definitely very solid, Dan. I really like the Hockey Nation live show with Coach Frenchie. Very solid. Honestly, I want to lose, but from an entertainment perspective, if we beat the Jets, it would actually make the West playoff race a lot closer and more entertaining. Yes, it would, Jack. It would. Like, I get you wanting to lose. I absolutely get that. But, from an entertainment perspective, I kind of want you guys to win because that'd be funny. Yeah, I think that would genuinely be that'd be fun. So tonight, he played well but still lost the game. Sure, he'll be happy for being the second start of the game. I don't think getting down to 4th place is possible. Anaheim is 10 points behind Montreal. Oh, Bob, it wasn't really even possible anyways. Like, we're actually competitive. I will argue anyone below us has just been just not that competitive throughout the year. There's been games, but there's never been like throughout the whole season you get this feeling that, oh yeah, no, this team could still win this game on any given night. Montreal, you've for the most part have had that where, even when they're down, it can be like, hey, you know what? Montreal, they've got heart. Maybe they can come back. Maybe not likely, but maybe. That game in hand is before the Jets game tonight, so it's actually 1. So it's actually 2. Really, Darkness. Thank you, actually. I appreciate that. But yeah, Bobby, exactly. Like he played well, but lost the game. Like you said, technically he didn't lose the game. The game-winning goal was scored on the empty net, but like I do, I get what you mean. But yeah, like he will be happy probably, but just I don't know. I'm fine with Primo getting some starts. I'm fine with giving him those opportunities. Like I said, who knows? Maybe again he proves himself in these next couple games, and maybe he's our backup next year. Maybe we have to run 3 goalies. Who knows? We'll see. Would you get rid of Chevy in Winnipeg as the general manager, Dan? Honestly, yes. I would get rid of him. I think you asked this last stream, actually. I'm pretty sure you asked this last stream. I personally would get rid of Chevy. Yes. Chevy Chase is the general manager. No, Chevy. Kevin Cheveldayoff, I would get rid of him as general manager, mostly just because I think I'm not convinced anymore. He didn't improve the Jets much at the deadline. I like the Niederreiter deal. Giving up a 2nd-round pick for Niederreiter has been okay. But for me, Dan, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You can ask questions again if you forget, for example. That's all fine. That's all fine, my guy. That is absolutely all fine. But Nino Niederreiter, bringing him in is fine. But you didn't improve the defense at all. You did not improve the defense one bit at the deadline. Like, I understand. It probably costs a 1st-round pick to get a good defenseman like a John Klingberg or like a Joel Edmondson, for example. But, still, you have to do something to help this team. If they get into the playoffs, it wouldn't surprise me because of the lack of defense if they're out in the 1st round, depending on who they play. If they're playing a Colorado or an Edmonton, that series is not going to end well for them. Granted, yes, we said the same thing when Winnipeg played Edmonton last time, and then Winnipeg swept them. But this is an Oilers team that has a little bit more depth. They have slightly better goaltending than Mikko Koskinen in that playoff run, in those 4 playoff games before they got eliminated by Winnipeg. They're a better team now than they were then. Yeah. Did anybody hear Jack Edwards laughing on air when there was no penalty called on Martinook? Nah, Gabriel. I actually like Jack Edwards. This might be a bit of a shock. I absolutely do like. I actually do like Jack Edwards. I think he's an entertaining enough commentator. And like, here's the thing, like, he's one of the biased commentators in the league. You can say one of the most biased commentators. He is one of the commentators of the league. No, he's one of the most biased, you could say, but he's a national guy. He's on Nesson. He's in the Boston area. You know, that's like saying the RDS guys are biased towards Montreal. Like, yeah, no shit, because they're the Montreal area. But technically, every regional commentator has to try and give lenience to the home team and try and be more favorable towards the home team because they're on the national broadcast. When you're on the or the local national podcast, when you're on the cross country type of broadcast, you know, when you're being broadcast with the Sportsnet and TSN, and it's the whole nation that gets the you know what I mean. It wouldn't surprise me if it doesn't surprise me when commentators are biased like that. It doesn't surprise me, or quote unquote biased. Like, yeah, no, like it surprises me if you're on the cross country, again, you know what I mean, broadcast. That's why I like the so much. They do, even though it's the TSN and Montreal broadcast, they are still a little biased towards Montreal at times. But for the most part, they'll point out when the other team's doing good, and they'll have a lot of analytical points rather than just, oh yeah, they're good, or oh yeah, they're bad. You know, like, they'll actually have something. I like TSN's broadcast. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're regional, not regional. Yeah, the regional broadcast is what I meant. Not national broadcast for the local ones. Regional broadcast. That's what I meant to say. You guys know what I meant to say, I'm sure. Hey, Kylan, thank you. Next time you see him at a hockey rink, I'll put it in Goobert. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, my good sir. Thank you very much. I think last year we had, 2 or 3 7-game losing streaks. We've only had one this year, and that was the one we just snapped a little while ago. So yeah, we're much more competitive for sure. And also, we're not getting blown out nearly as much. We've had 3, maybe 4 blowouts this year. Last year, it felt like under Dom Ducharme, like every goddamn game at the end was a blowout. It felt like 10 of the last 13 games that we lost under Dom Ducharme were blowouts. I'm actually going to look up Dom Ducharme coaching stats. Would that be it? Please give me like a game by game. Please give me a game by game. You're not going to give me a game by game. Okay, so we played 45 games, 8. Keep in mind, boys, we were 8-30-7. Are you going to give me a game by game result? No, you're not. We also had 3 hat tricks. I completely forgot about Josh Anderson's hat trick against Winnipeg. Genuinely forgot about that game. That is really funny. Yeah, you're not going to give me that. That sucks. But yeah, it felt like every other game we were getting blown out. It felt like every other game we were getting blown out. And just, it's entertaining. It's genuinely entertaining watching the team this year, especially compared to last year before St. Louis came in. When, again, you're getting blown out 8-2, 7-1, 5-0. And when you have 2 goals scored on you, it's just like, all right, well, this game's over. And now it's like we're down 2-0. It's like, there's still a good chance we can come back. Still a good chance. Like, it's funny. I think it's funny just how much of a turnaround we've had in a year, going from constantly getting blown out to, we're fighting. We have a really good fighting chance of doing good. Exactly. Imagine having a bad GM. Exactly, Darkness. Do you like ball hockey? Yeah, Dan, I don't mind some ball hockey once in a while. I think the Laine and Dubois deal has really blown up in Chevy's face. You can tell the Jets are worse now. Oh, you can say the Jets are worse now than before the deal. Oh, definitely, Bob. When you get rid of Patrick Laine, when you trade Patrick Laine and you trade Pierre-Luc Dubois, when you trade these guys, ironically, both of them ending up in the same spot. I don't think it was 2 deals. I don't think they were in the same deal. I'm pretty sure it was separate deals. But when you trade Laine and Dubois, and you get next to nothing in return for either of them, that's bad. That is god awful. Or no, it was Laine for Dubois. That's what I mean. Yeah, no, I'm dumb. Technically they weren't traded together because they weren't on the same team. Yeah, no, it was Laine to Winnipeg, and no, yeah, it was Laine to Columbus, Dubois to Winnipeg. I'm dumb. Yeah, no, like sure, Dubois is playing well, but again, Bob, they are worse now, and I wouldn't argue it's necessarily blown up because Laine hasn't even because Laine has not panned out as was expected. He's not that 40 goal scorer that people were saying that he could be. He's not turned into what people think that he can be. For me, I think Dubois has been a lot better. While the Jets are worse now than before the deal, I think that it's not necessarily Dubois' fault, if you ask me. And yeah, Dubois does want out. He wants to be in Montreal. Waiting for a McNabb fight in the Vegas game last Saturday. McNabb hit McDavid not hard or anything, but McDavid was banged up and now Edmonton keeps taking a run at McNabb. Okay, that's fucking funny, and I can't wait for that to happen. I can't wait for that to be the case. Gabriel, yeah, I get that. You have mixed opinions on him. I absolutely get how some people, I absolutely get how some people hate Jack Edwards and how some people, like you said, just kind of, just kind of obnoxious sometimes. I absolutely get how people feel that way about Jack Edwards. Personally, I really like him. Again, I really like Jack Edwards. I think he's a really fun commentator, and yeah, I actually like him. Dan, yeah, we're gonna grow the we're gonna grow the podcast, man. We are absolutely gonna grow the podcast. Noah, you do not have the best odds at winning the cup. I'm pretty sure it's Boston still. Exactly, Kat. You lost again. Yeah, the Hurricanes lost, and it's hilarious. Dom Ducharme refuses to change the systems, especially the offensive breakout on the power play. Marty has some better tools this year, but has had ridiculous injuries. Exactly, Bob. Marty has done so much more with so much less. Again, the injuries to Caulfield and Jack-Eye and Edmondson and Matheson to start the year, and Monahan and Evans and Gallagher and Anderson and Doc and Dvorak and all the guys that have gotten hurt this year. And through the one trade we made, Gurianov for Dadonov, he's gotten this team so much better with so much less again. It's funny. Exactly, Bob. Like you said, one bright spot is the evolution of Montembeault. Montembeault, I think, is actually is evolving into one of the greatest, not one of the greatest, one of the best, not necessarily fringe starters. I think one of the best backups in the league. I will argue that in the next 2 seasons, Montembeault will be, if not the best, one of the top 5 picks. One of the top 5 picks. I think Montembeault will be that. I really like Montembeault. I've trusted him. Last year, I've trusted him. This year, he's definitely evolved. I watched the sick podcast with Tony. Yeah, I like that one too, Dan. Definitely. Tampa's an awful team. Macklin Celebri, Cole Iserman, Ivan Demkoff, Berkeley Catton, and Adam Yarachek. Holy shit, that's a weak draft. Wow. Zarbian, how's it going, man? Thank you for coming by. My friend runs the summer ball hockey league here in Winnipeg. Hey, thank you, Dan. Look up, much appreciated. Like he won the cup when he only won a mid-season clash between 2 awful teams. Yeah, Noah, and the Carolina Hurricanes lost tonight. So you tell me who won their last game. East runs through Boston and Tampa until proven otherwise. Exactly. What do you think the strategy is going to have to be for them to take it home? Kylan, for the Carolina Hurricanes, for me, they need a restructure of their bottom 6. They need consistent goaltending. They need the D to show up, and they need the top 6 to actually put on goals when it matters. That's what I would say. So the winning the cup. So looking at Money Puck, as Noah told me to do, the winning the cup, win cup. It is currently Boston leading the way at 12.7%. Then for some reason the Toronto Maple Leafs 10.7%, Carolina at 9.5%, and the New Jersey for some reason below them at 9.3%. Oh wait, what? Okay, why am I? There we go. Okay, sorry. I was actually far off. Okay, sorry. Boston leads at 12.7%. Colorado has 12.4%. I think it was going off the make playoffs thing. Toronto with a 12.7% odds. Edmonton at 10.4%. Carolina 9.5%. So they actually fall from 3rd to 5th when actually sorted by the right thing. So yeah. No, you're the one that told me to check Money Puck, my guy. You're the one who told me to check Money Puck, you dumbass. It goes Oilers, Leafs. Both won't happen. That's the Canes. So basically, best odds. Yeah, I'm sure that's the case. Noah, I'm sure that's the case. Just ignoring the top two teams saying it won't happen. Exactly, Gabriel. Exactly. They have Canadian nationals for ball hockey and world. Oh, that's kind of cool. Then exactly. Yeah, sorry, Gabriel. Exactly. The Kansas. You got to say the Kansas. You got to admit a badass name like Macklin Celebri. Exactly. When you have a badass name like Macklin Celebrini, you probably shouldn't bust. Exactly, Fazio. Just like Ruckert McGroarty and Carter Verhaeghe. Canes can't beat the top two teams from East Conference, Boston and Vegas. That is true. I think in 2 years, Bonti will be the starter. Really? He looks to me like he is ready, especially mentally. It'll be easy to get frustrated, especially. It would be easy. Jesus Christ, excuse me. Goddamn. It would be easy to get frustrated, especially after last year, and he's improved this year despite the losses and injuries. Exactly, Bob. Exactly. I think you couldn't. I genuinely think, like you said, it'd be easy to be frustrated after last year, and I don't think you can really blame Montembeault for just. You couldn't blame Montembeault if he slacked a little bit. If he saw the amount of injuries and thought, you know what, why should I even try? But no, dude he's evolved, and he's been like, you know what, hey, you know what, fuck it, bring on whatever shots I can save them. Like you said, he's looked ready. I actually agree with you on that. Now that I'm thinking about it, he definitely has looked ready. He absolutely has looked very solid. I love the way that Montembeault's played this year. I think he's looked great, despite the stats necessarily not always backing him up. But I really like the way Montembeault plays, and if he's the starter in 2 years, Bob, I will be incredibly happy. If he turns into, say, a fringe starter next year and he gets arguably more games than Allen next year, then the year after he's the starter, I'll be very happy with that. Very, very happy with that. Canes of Cockingham, so that makes a disadvantage. Yes, it does. Sorry, boys, just had a cough again. Didn't want you guys to hear it. What do you think of Tony of the Stick Podcast? Dan, I like Tony. Very sensible guy. Pretty cool. Like him. Leafs, that's an awful list again. No, that's the Money Puck's the one you told me to look at, my guy. At least the Canes can go on a run. Yeah, like how they lost tonight, Noah. Oh, yeah, exactly. A run to the golf course. Exactly. David, can't wait for the playoffs to start. Put some money on the Leafs. David, I'd rather flush my money down the toilet. It has a better use there than being bet on the Leafs. What are the chances for the Preds to make it? Kylan, I will check right now for making the playoffs. Oh, I just looked at 0%. Nashville has a 7.2% odds to make the playoffs, and they actually go up to 11.87 if they win their next game in regulation. But if they lose their next game in regulation, that goes down to 4.23%. That is not good. Also, big Winnipeg fans, 76.3% chance to make the playoffs. Right now, if you lose your next game, 63.32%. If you win your next game in regulation, 82.11%. That's not good. That's not good, my guy. Yeah. Okay, so where am I? A run of being eliminated in the first career for the rest of Aho's career? Probably, Cat. Oh, Shooter McGavin. Bob, we have to disqualify Shooter McGavin. It's too good of a name. Like, Shooter McGavin would easily place first. We have to disqualify Shooter McGavin. When is Michael Miss? No way, Fazio. No way someone is actually named Michael Miss. There's no way that's legit. Oh, Michael Misa. Fazio, you tricked me. Michael Misa. Let's freaking go. 2025. I'm assuming he's probably near the top type first round pick. That's what I'm assuming. Leafs legs at the first round, like always. Exactly, Dan. Everyone beats the Leafs. Exactly, Cat. Matt Mike, I don't know if Monty will be the starter next year to start the year. I do think he gets there partway through the season. Exactly, Kat. Noah, Montembeault isn't a starter, you dumb Habs fans. Well, Kachinkov is not a starter. Frederick Anderson's not a starter. And Antti Raanta is not a starter. So you have 3 backups. Good luck winning again. Habs just need a 1A, 1B season, I think. Yeah, Monty. Yeah, Darkness. I think Monty can definitely be that 1A too. Sort of like how Allen was the 1B to carry Price, and he actually played well. When he was given the 1A treatment, he did not play well last year or this year. Definitely did not, to me at least. And so for me, I think Jacob Dobbs could potentially be that 1B. I really like Jacob Dobbs. I see him being a very solid goaltender in the future. But we'll see. Imagine going to a playoff series of Montembeault and Primo. Yikes, you're out in 4, bud. Habs going nowhere. Well, Noah, the Habs might be going nowhere, but at least we're not in fucking Hartford. a team with Slavin Cants. Oof, Gabriel. I mean, the Habs could still package a couple young guys, go out and get a bona fide number one starter, provided he doesn't have a huge price like salary. Yeah, Bob, we could still do that. We could go after, not to this level, obviously, but say, Igor Shesterkin and Ilya Samsonov. We can get someone with that type of cap hit who's like up and just obviously not as good as Samsonov are working because she's something like that. You guys know what I mean. I'd be fine with that. I honestly wouldn't mind packaging a couple young guys, like say Luke Tuck, because he's a former second round pick. Say Luke Tuck, Matthias Norlinder, a second round pick, a third round pick, and maybe something else. Maybe not exactly, but say a Sean Farrell, Jan Mishak type of player, something like that. Maybe you get rid of a defenseman. Maybe you get rid of, say, not necessarily Justin Barron, but say, I'm trying to think of defensive prospects, and all I can think of is fucking Gouli, Mayu, and Hudson right now for some reason. But you say get rid of something like that. That would be fine. We'll be going farther than Carolina. Exactly, Kat. Noah, Montreal has a better chance of making the Stanley Cup Finals, and we are already eliminated from the playoffs. We're already eliminated. That's how pathetic it is. Wildcard race, West, Jets are at 88, Nashville's at 82 with a game in hand, Calgary's at 81, the East, Pittsburgh's at 82, Florida, unfortunately, at 79, Buffalo at 77 with a game in hand, Ottawa's 77, and of course, Montreal's at 66. Harry, do you think we trade our pick from Florida, assuming it doesn't move up to the top two? Gabriel, I could see that. I could see that possibly happening. I could potentially see us moving Florida's pick, depending on what we get back. If it's another Kirby Dach type of trade, then maybe that ends up happening. Maybe it's a Kirby Dach trade for, say, a right winger. I don't know exactly. Something like that. Yeah, I could see maybe another Kirby Dach type of trade, or maybe we try and move up, maybe move down. I don't know. I do think we end up trading the pick, though. I think that does happen. Oh, sorry, typo. Jets have 85. Okay, thank you, Fazio. Appreciate that. A goalie whose nickname is Coochie will never win any award ever. That is very true. Habs will make a Stanley Cup final before the Canes. The Whalers, Darkness. Yes. So the guy named Gabriel, that's a girl's name. No, you're thinking of Gabby. Okay. Canes will win a cup before a Canadian team. Damn, so Canes are never winning a Stanley Cup? That sucks. Says the creepy child Mo Lester, who has a toddler. That is true. That's true, Gabriel. As a profile picture, Gabriel's a boy's friend. Are you in your dad's... Oh, Gabriel is a boy's name. Friend, are you in your dad's beer fridge again? Gabriel is a boyfriend. He is a boyfriend. I can't have a picture of myself online. You're such a clown. I'm a child, but I'm more mature than Gabriel. I'm sure you are, Noah. It proves my point. You're either I can't say that, unfortunately, because Susan might demonetize me, or a stupid ass 4-year-old. Thanks for my point. Exactly, Gabriel. Who do you have to pick out of your top 5 favorites out of the Habs game? Like in terms of the 5 players I thought who did the best, Caden Primo, Nick Suzuki had a really solid game. Sean Farrell had a pretty good game. I thought Sean Farrell's defensive game, I don't mean to be flipping you guys off, but I think Sean Farrell had a really solid defensive game. Nick Suzuki, again, I thought I thought Suzuki had a very, very decent 2-way game, a couple good setups. Primo, again, was the reason we were kept in this game. He played very well, I thought. Harvey-Pinard with that shot block and him coming back into the game, I think deserves to be a top 5 Canadian. I think this should be a top 5 Canadiens player out tonight. That was really solid. Of course, just for this game, not like overall who the best Canadiens players this season have been. But Harvey-Pinard played a really solid game. I liked his defensive play as well. Very fast, very solid. Just really good overall. And a 5th one, I'd actually say probably that would have to be, surprisingly, Michael Pezzetta had a decent enough game. When he was on the ice, he was noticeable in a very good way. Genuinely very surprised to say that. Michael Pezzetta was actually very good tonight. No, Bob. I mean, like in terms of like a Dach trade, like moving a 1st-round pick to get Kirby Dach, like what we did last year. That's what I meant is like another type of Dach deal. That's what I meant, Bob. But yeah, no, I wouldn't trade Dach anytime soon either. I wouldn't trade Dach anytime soon either. Bro's on his mom's phone. It's 11 right now. Perfetti is the most overrated prospect in Canada. Noah, for the first time, I actually have to agree with you. Okay, you've crossed the line. What the fuck? Thank you, Fazio. It's past your bedtime, Noah. Time for mommy and daddy to put you to sleep. Yeah, whoa, Gabriel. Man, maybe wishing death on the 4-year-old might not be a good idea. Maybe asking. I get what you mean. I'm trying to make a joke. I'm allowed to stay up late. Shut up. No, you're not. Noah, get to bed. I usually stay up playing Fortnite with my neighbor. God, there's so many jokes I can make, and I'm not gonna make any of them because I am better than that. I am better than that. I am not gonna make any jokes about how he stays up with his boyfriend playing Fortnite. I'm not gonna do that. I actually see a scenario where the Canes go to the conference finals. They have outstanding goalie, second fewest goals allowed. Keep in mind, Bob. Keep in mind, though, Bob, their goalies are outstanding because their defense is one of the best in the league, too. So there's that. I would argue that their goaltending is as good as it has been because of the defense. Notice with Alex Nedeljkovic, he was in Carolina, played great. Goes to Detroit, where admittedly, yes, it's Detroit, but they were supposed to, when they were supposed to get better this year, Nedeljkovic has not played great. He's gotten a little bit better recently, but he's not been what he was in Carolina. In my opinion, the defense has massively helped Carolina's goaltending the past couple years. Definitely. Yeah. A 4-year-old knows how to play video games. Damn, go outside, you child. It's time for bed. Exactly, Darkness. Exactly. This is coming from a little... Oh, no. Why do you think Darkness was Faggio for a second? What is 9/11? God damn it, Cat. Bob, yeah, exactly. Exactly, Bob. I don't think they can beat Boston. I don't think they have what it takes. Like some could argue, oh, well, Boston's goaltending is also being carried by the defense. No, genuinely, their defense is really, really good, but the goaltending in Boston generally had with what we've gotten. Yes, clearly, I'm a secret Boston fan. No, I don't mind Boston, but genuinely, what they've gotten with Swayman and Ullmark has been incredible. Has been incredible. One of their goalies has a goddamn goal. They're coming in clutch whenever they need to, and even when they have an off night, the offense can rebound for that off night, and the next night they post a goddamn shutout or something. You know, I will argue Bob. I will argue Bob is better than Carolina. No, I will argue that Boston has a much better goaltending team and a much better. 911 is the police number to call the police department, as opposed to the regular number to call the police department, of course. I have a scholarship at 14. God damn, Kylan. That is impressive. And, of course, Noah says the same thing. That's funny. You're probably right, but in a 7-game series, you never know if Ullmark or Swayman were to go down. Well, then they have the other one. Bob. If both of them go down, then, yeah, I don't know what they do at that point. But the likelihood of that happening, I feel like is pretty slim of them both going down. One of them going down, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, both of them going down. Yeah, exactly, Bob. That is true. They do have Bobby Orloff. That is true. Congrats, Toronto. You have clinched the playoffs. Let's see who you face this year. Oh, it's Tampa. Exactly, Faggio. Congrats, Winnipeg. You have the middest team in NHL history. No, that would be the Hartford Whalers. Boston is my pick to win the cup. Exactly, Bob. Yeah, exactly. Yet Winnipeg can sell out a playoff game. Exactly, Gabriel. And if we go out, it will probably be the Avs. No. If you go out, it'll probably be the Maple Leafs, knowing you guys. Well, actually, no. That would actually imply that you get out of the first round. Actually, no. Probably you're going out against not Jersey. Is it the Islanders that you guys would be playing, I think, right now? I think it's the Islanders. Yeah, exactly. He has not seen... Noah, you do not sell out every game. Home attendance... not a record. I want 2023, I guess. Average attendance. I don't want yearly attendance. I want how do I get game by game attendance? I could probably have records to this. That fuck it. Strong attendance records. Through the first 25 games. Okay, here's the thing. Okay, so Noah, through their first 25 home games of the 22-23 season, Hurricanes totaled an average attendance of 18,505. A sellout at PNC Arena is 18,680,000. You do not sell out every night. Your average attendance is short of selling out every night. So, yeah. Also, big shout out. We sell out every night, but yet your attendance is still 8th in the NHL. That's funny. Yeah. The most mid NHL team in most mid team in NHL history is the Canucks. That is actually kind of true, Darkness. Fun fact: since 1985, when the President's Trophy was first awarded, only 5 or 6 of those teams went on to win the cup. So there's that. That is true, Bob. That is true. But hey, who's to say it doesn't become 6 or 7? Whatever the number is. Who's to say? Yeah, exactly. You don't know your puck or USA history exactly. Harry, when Carolina goes live in the first round, you gotta. I mean, Gabriel, when Carolina loses in the first round, I might go live on my phone. Genuinely, I might go live, just shoot some pucks. Maybe I'll do an outside live stream. Maybe I'll do a live stream outside, set my phone up on something, and just stream, laughing as I'm shooting pucks on net. Somehow hit one off the post and into the camera. Who knows? Maybe I'll do that. We could probably pack a 30,000 seat arena with our fans in the playoffs. Probably Faggio. Probably. Blues sell out most nights. Surprisingly, Darkness. Unless you're in the HH. It's not on the board anymore. Unless you're in the HHSL 2.0, you're selling out about 13.5 thousand fans. Darkness, I would not want to watch tonight's video if I were you, by the way. If I were you, I would avoid that. It's not. It's an event. I wouldn't. I wouldn't say it was an event. I'd say it's. I don't know. I mean, the blood and the bones, and Norm Macdonald's still trying to find his brother. He was in Northern Canada, I think. All right, let's get through the game before I make a joke about Norm Macdonald and the national tragedy again. So the HHSL 2.0 Blues are the 0506 Blues, but video game edition. Pretty much Darkness. Pretty much. Actually, no, not really, because they're in the playoffs. Management has been god awful, and so fans are kind of protesting by not going to the games. Yeah, Blues fans are really weird. Yeah, exactly. Blues fans are really weird. Oh God, what is this? Oh my fuck! What is this clip that High Quality is putting? What the fuck? Oh my God! Thank you, High Quality. That is getting a pin. He's probably not here. Never mind, that can't get a pin. Damn it. Are like 1,000 seats in the 21 playoffs are still louder? Exactly, Gabriel. Exactly, Gabriel. They are still louder than Hartford's arena. Exactly. Oh God. So yeah. Flyers started to push. Montembeau was looking impressive. Habs tried to get something. A puck gets flipped. Puck is flipped into the glove of Sandstrom. Habs starting to move with speed. So wait, with Saskatoon replacing the Blues, does that mean expansion draft? Yes, it does, Darkness. The Blues are contracting, and it is an expansion draft. Wait, Darkness, how? Oh yeah, I think I told you last stream that Saskatoon was coming in. But yeah, it does mean that that Saskatoon does replace St. Louis in an expansion. Noah, I mean, I mean, you're on the right track, Noah. You're on the right track, Noah. Faggio, which trade? Because you made, I don't know any trades that you've made this deadline. I completely for. Oh yeah, you're Ottawa. I like it. Getting Kovalev, getting some good depth at forward and D with Kovalev and Chelios. Big fan of that. Big fan of that. Yeah, just so close. Wolverine, we're talking about 9/11. I wish I was joking. Noah does not know 9/11. Porsche makes a 911. Yes, they do, Bob. Yes, you did tell. Exactly, Darkness. Yeah. You are gonna want to watch the video actually. If you're interested in the HHSL guy, you are gonna want to watch the next video because it's actually kind of fun. All right, let's get this game over with because my voice is starting to kill me a little bit. Habs were moving with speed, trying to get a 2-1 lead with a couple minutes left in the flash shot that goes off the crossbar. It's up. A good defensive play to break up a chance. The player just kind of slid, and Barron gets tripped up as a result. It was nothing dirty or anything like that. Just unfortunately, like I said, that Habs are 23-19 Habs and a 1-1. 1-1 tie game after 40 minutes. Dan, you're right. The Blues are not moving to Saskatoon because the Blues are contracting in 04-05, and Saskatoon's coming to the league. Yeah, exactly, Darkness. I'm talking Faggio. I would love to hear just sell guy trade deadline recap and playoff prediction. Maybe I think I might actually do a playoff prediction, Faggio, because we're simming the rest of the season. No, yet tomorrow we are simming the rest of the regular season tomorrow. So theoretically, I could probably do like East, West, and do like a giant playoff prediction. That'd be actually sick. Dan, Saskatoon comes into the NHL for 2005-2006. So, yeah, that's fun. If I had a will to rejoin some leagues, I would take over Saskatoon. Well, Darkness, 1, unfortunately, it does suck you don't have that will. Also, 2, Saskatoon is already being taken over by Sporty. So unfortunately, yeah. Did you? God damn it, John Speed. Did you ever watch the Ellen show? My grandparents had friends in the Twin Towers, but they survived. God damn it, John Speed. Fuck. Oh, that. God damn it. I shouldn't laugh at that. I should laugh at that. I'm not laughing at what Gatsby said, technically. It's a meme. It's an old meme from the channel. It's a meme. John Speed, yes, Nuge has 5 points tonight. That's fucking props to Nugent Hopkins. Wait, so is the game already over? What the fuck happened to the game? I thought they were in the middle of the first. Oh my god, it's 6-3 Oilers. God damn, that's very good. I'm off like a prom dress. Keep your stick on the ice. Cheers, Bob. Thank you. Please keep the prom dress on, though. Thank you for coming by, Bob. Much appreciated. Have a wonderful night, my good sir. Thank you very much once again for coming by. Yeah, 6-3 in the second, and they aren't slowing down. Damn, Connor McPower play. Connor McRegular season darkness. I'm sorry, John, but Connor McRegular season. Also, John, I apologize you have to share your name with Hot Tech Hockey. Very, very, very apologetic for that. Good night, Harry. Great podcast show tonight. Thank you, Dan. Appreciate it. Thank you for coming by, my good sir. Much appreciated. Suzuki speeds in 15 seconds, and he's not able to find Harvey-Pinard. Sorry. Sorry, boys. I had a cough again. Jesus, I'm using my voice a lot. Why can't I call anyone else in the league a playoff marchant? I don't know, John. Dan, McDavid has 3 points tonight. I did see that. He has 3 assists. Draisaitl has a goal and assist, I think. We might have let Noah Gregor score on us. Absolute legend, Faggio. Absolute legend. Maybe because Oilers have the best player in the world at hockey IQ. John Speed, I didn't know they had Nick Suzuki. Holy shit, I had no idea. Nuge is close to 100 points. I would have thought, yeah, exactly, Gabriel. Exactly, yeah, Gabriel. Like, Nuge is having a really underrated season. Randy coming in with a yawn while you still on, dang. Yeah, Randy, we've just been talking, having some fun, chilling, basically. It's kind of been like the past 3 streams. We're live for over an hour and a half, and yeah. The Blues are the definition of mid this season. We're NHL 500 for the billionth time. That's amazing, John. Darkness. Let's go, Darkness. Yes, Noah. Yes, Aho is clearly the best at hockey IQ, which explains his 93 Selke trophies. I gotta go out to. Hey, Kylan, thank you very much. I appreciate it, my good sir. Thank you for coming in. Hope to see you next stream. Thank you. Have a wonderful evening, and thank you for coming by. Oilers are not a playoff contender. If the Oilers are not a playoff contender, then the Senators are not a cup contender, which obviously makes sense. Edmonton, Toronto's downfall could be their average goaltending. Randy, I think so too. I think Toronto's downfall will probably end up being their, like you said, their average goaltending. I think Samsonov is actually a bit better than people are giving credit for. Edmonton, though, like I like Stuart Skinner, but I don't know if he's ready to be a starter this year. I think he's been okay, but just I do think that Edmonton might end up getting eliminated earlier because of that. Yeah. Sorry, I gotta go. I have to wake up early tomorrow and have to rest my brain after seeing Noah talk. I feel dumber. Hey, no problem, Kat. Don't worry about it. Thank you for coming by. I much appreciate it. Hope to see you in tomorrow's sim. If not, don't worry about it. Good luck with resting that brain of yours. Thank you very much. Oh God, I can feel my voice going out already. Suzuki will be playing in China in 6 years. Hey, get ready to learn China. Get ready to learn China, bud. Get ready to learn get ready to learn Chinese, bud. Tarasenko got a point. Blaze got 2. The gap increased. Oh my God, Darkness, that is beautiful. Aho does have some IQ. Signing the offer sheet so he can... Exactly, that is true. Signing the offer sheet so he can secure a big paycheck with an irrelevant team. Exactly, Gabriel. I mean, I would argue that I'd argue he wasn't smart because he kind of just fucked himself by staying in Carolina for 5 more years. But yeah, MLB jerseys have ads on them. Dear heavens, it's expanding. Oh no, sons. Oh Jesus, John Speed. Faggio, I miss honking antelope too. I'm wondering where he's been. I'll be there. Hey, let's go, Cat. Dan, Harry, why don't you do play-by-play? I just don't do play-by-play because I don't think I'm necessarily that great at it. Like I do it sometimes during the sim league, and I think I'm half decent. Just when it's an actual NHL game, I'm trying to recognize every single player. It'd be cool. I'd like to do some play-by-play again. The only thing for me is that I feel like I'd want I'd want to like print out sheets of like all the players playing, or like mark down their names, their numbers, just get a little bit on them. So that way I can just be like, oh, all right, Kirby Doc on the puck. Obviously, I know Kirby Doc, but say, 63, 63 Boston. Marchand's on the puck. He's gonna pass it to David Pastrnak. Like I get something like that just to make it a little bit better instead of just, who's that? Boston's on the puck. They're passing it around and they score. Like I want to give players names. Stuff like that. Yeah, Randy, nothing wrong with China, bud. I'm just, it's just the me. Like Darkness said, get ready to learn Chinese, bud. Exactly. China, yeah, China. I love China. Chris Chan loves his mom's China. I can't make that joke. Sons is laughing his ass off right now, and I'm happy about that. You should do call in like Tony at the. I do want to do. I guess like right now I can't because I'm not doing Streamlabs streams. I'm doing it just straight off my webcam. So what I'm gonna have to do is in the summer I'll probably start doing Streamlabs streams and see how well they are compared to the webcam streams. And if they run well, and if we're able to get good webs and call-ins, maybe getting something worked out to where it's like I have like a little call-in screen where you call in, I answer, and I go to a screen, for example, that has your name or whatever, or like a picture, or like your hey, no problem, John Speed. Thank you for coming by. Have a good night too, man. Thank you very much for coming by. Yeah, who the fuck are you? Some 28s on it, and they score. I don't know what's going on. I've never watched hockey before. Yeah, that'd be me. If you have guests, can I be? Definitely, Dan. Definitely. Like you, I know Randy has wanted to be a guest a lot before. We'll probably have Sons and Sporty calling in often. We'll probably have those guys. But definitely, like anybody can be a guest. I think as long as you have, I'd probably say Discord or no, it can't be StreamYard, because if we're streaming with OBS, then StreamYard would be rendered kind of useless. I still might do streams with StreamYard. I still might consider that. But yeah, exactly. Yeah, Randy. Yeah, Darkness said guest. Randy, I know definitely has wanted to be a guest before. But when we do start doing the Streamlabs, depending, like I said, I might just do like, if you want to call in, send me a message on Discord in the description or Skype in the description. I might do Discord or Skype just so like if you don't have one or the other, you're not forced to get the other. I might just do something like that. I think that'd be fun. Gabriel would be down to join me for a bit. That would be really fun, and I think it'd be really cool to have guests joining the stream occasionally. Fazio said he'd love to be a guest, Harry. Thank you, Fazio. I'm glad you'd love to be a guest. Yeah. There's some back and forth. Cates was trying to get something for Philadelphia. Habs trying to mount any bit of momentum. Flyers are kind of much of the same. Both teams kind of just agreeing for one shot and then go back the other way. Team gets a shot, go back the other way. Line change, shot the other way. That's kind of how it was at this point. Noah, you can be a guest definitely if you're still here in the summer, for example. You can definitely be a guest. If anybody wants to join, as long as you have Discord or Skype or whatever, yeah. Yeah, Dan. Yeah, exactly. We could talk Habs. We could talk whatever type of hockey. I'd love to debate Gabriel. I don't know. I don't know how I'd want. I don't know if I'd want to have super big like debates, like hosting debates between two guys. I don't know if I'd want to have that. But I mean, like I don't know. Like, as long as you're not like being anti-Semitic or like racist or anything, I think that'd be fun to have someone on stream. I figured I'd finally have the rest of my water because that made a louder noise than I intended it to. What's Skype? I got Discord. I don't have Discord. I have Discord. But but yeah, no. Skype is basically what Discord kind of used to be. I thought Noah just said I'd love to donate Gabriel. No, but Skype still exists. Surprisingly, yes, it does, Fazio. Son said I'd host a debate between you and John. Sons, if John's willing, if John is ever legitimately willing, honestly, I'd be down. I would genuinely be down for a debate between me and John. I don't know what it would be about. If it'd be about our beef or if it'd be about the NHL, which podcast is better? Because you can actually legitimately make podcasts now on YouTube. I don't know how that works, but I'll check out how that works because maybe it'd be cool to make like audio podcasts legitimately. Maybe you guys might listen to that. I don't know. But yeah, no, it sounds that'd be fun. Instead of First Take, it'll be Last Opinion. Yes, Fazio, Last Opinion. The Last Opinion show with Harry Rice. Low-key Fazio, I kind of like the way that sounds. The Last Opinion show with Harry Rice. I will try my best not to be offensive as a guest. Thank you, son. So no racism, no anti-Semitism, and yeah. You want HTH on your channel for clout? No. I don't think I want him on my channel for clout because I'd rather not have his fans infecting my channel. He clears you. Oh, I thought you said he clearly wants you. No, he clears you, bud. He's also dumb because he's Leafs fan. He's Leafs fan. Yes, he is dumb because he's Leafs fan. Yes, he is. He is the Leafs fan. Harry's podcast would go hard. Yes, they would, Darkness. And I genuinely, it'd be really fun. Low key, I think I would like to do a podcast over the summer. I think it'd be really cool to start a podcast. Now, I don't know if they're video, if they have to be video, if they're audio only, for example, but I think it'd be really cool to just sit in front of the mic for like, I don't know, 45 minutes to an hour, occasionally maybe get a special guest on and just kind of shoot the shit and chill. Basically, answer like viewer questions, for example. I think it'd be kind of cool. The sport guy with Harry Rice. Dan, I do like that name too. The sport guy with Harry Rice. That is another one. That is a pretty good one. I do like it. I'm sorry. I gotta get through the rest of the fucking game right now. I'll answer your questions and comments, obviously, guys. But I need to get through the rest of the game. Both teams went back and forth. Good defensive sticks by both teams to kind of try and break up any chances. The game was boring. I almost fell asleep about 9 minutes in. I genuinely almost fell asleep. I think the shots were probably 2-2 at this point. Suzuki tries to break in. Cates goes back the other way. This was really the battle of the first lines because Suzuki and Cates' lines were both playing well. Pozzetto wanted to pass from Tierney. There's one to Kovacevic. That doesn't lead anywhere. There was 9:59 without a whistle. There's an icing is what stops it. That was very, admittedly, kind of fun. There's 5 minutes left in the third. Nothing really much to report. The shots were probably 3-3 at this stage. Genuinely, the shots were probably 3-3. Very boring game so far. Harry, John, and Kim. Dude, Faggio, if I ever had John or Kim or both of them on a podcast, that would low-key be hilarious if we just didn't address the beef. And it was just like, yeah, we got, John Hantakaki on the channel, Kim, Isles Go 3, how's it going? And just shooting the shit. That would genuinely might be the funniest thing. Is you guys just waiting, just like, oh, come on, we're going to talk about it for like an hour and a half or whatever. And then it's like, yeah, so that was John and Kim. Thank you guys for coming on. I appreciate it. Means a lot, blah, blah, blah. And by the way, fuck you both. Disconnect. That's the end of the podcast. No, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do it. I can do it for the podcast. Boom. Just end it like that. That might be the funniest thing in the world. That genuinely might be down. That genuinely might be one of the fun. When, all right, it would be time. When, it'd just be like, all right, when does he bring up the podcast? What happened in the room? The beef that we had, and then it just never comes. That might be the funniest thing. After the shooting in Nashville, Biden came out to talk about it. He was joking about ice cream. Yes, he was, Sons. He was talking about Noah. I think Noah might have gone to bed, probably. How about we both go on Harry's podcast? Get real. That'd be fun. That would genuinely be really funny. John and Kim actually debating, and then Harry just throwing up random gang signs in the corner. Faggio, I'd probably just be dancing, just maybe doing some party boy shit. If you guys have seen Jackass, just doing some party boy shit in the corner. Maybe something like that. Harry, we should debate it. And pictures is kind of whatever. The Flyers coming offside as a shot is held by Primo. Harry, do a jackass stunt. I can't do it right now. But low-key, I would consider doing a jackass stunt in the future because it'd be fucking funny. Who's hotter, Barzell or Suzuki? Ooh, admittedly, Matt Barzell. I like Matt Barzell, but who's hotter, Barzell or Suzuki? Well, fuck. That's a one-sided thing then. Unless like I have to debate for Suzuki, and it's like one of those debates where you're given a side to try and debate for. It's like that Jackbox game where you have to try and debate for the side that you're on. Well, I mean, I would argue, Sons, that Suzuki is hotter. Look at his legs. Anybody in this chat would body you in a debate? Exactly, Sons. Anybody would body Noah in the chat. Exactly. Noah, by the way, if you've got Discord, join the Discord link in the description, please. That'd be fun. I doubt you're actually like 4 years old, so yeah. Exactly, Gabriel. Bro thinks Hartford is relevant and thinks he'd destroy you in a debate. Exactly, like Dude is a fucking 4-year-old. A literal goddamn child. Literal child. Canadians then push. This second line gets a great chance. Farrell just tips one wide. Good pressure for the Canadians. But the Flyers score off a kind of a breakdown rush. I'm 13, but I'll join. Oh, no, Noah. You're 13. Oh, no. What is Discord minimum age? Is it not 13? The minimum age to join Discord? Yeah, it's 13. Yeah, 13. Okay, then change your Yeah, no, that's kind of weird. You got a profile picture of yourself from like 4 years old. Oh my god, there's no way. Oh my god, guys. James Draws is live. Oh my god. James Draws is live. At least he's said to be. I don't know if he is right now. Oh my god, he actually is. James Draws is live. James Draws is live, boys. I'll update my picture. Let's go, Noah. Harry, do you still think I'm underage? No, Fajio, aren't you like 14? Kanye's next album will be a Jewish apology album. Maybe Fajio. Bro, low-key boyos, I actually am. I'm genuinely considering rating James Draws. I'm actually considering it right now. Will you guys join? Will you guys raid James Draws if we do that? Bro's profile picture probably going to say Hab sucks. Probably, Gabriel. At the end of the stream, boyos, would you guys go raid James Draws if we go raid him? Who is Jat? Noah, there's no way you don't know who James Draws is, my guy. But yeah, the Flyers score, like I said, Morgan Frost off of an Edmondson turnover. It's 2-1. Edmondson cannot defend. Edmondson wasn't able to defend. Solid shot there. Really great one. And Primo then gets pulled for the empty net with 2 minutes left. There's a Matheson turnover, and it's 3-1 Flyers. Tippett puts home the empty net goal. Habs try to pressure, and we score with the empty net. It's 23 seconds left. Harvey-Pinard from Evans and Ullinen. It's 3-2. We have 22 seconds left to score. Primo is pulled for the face-off. Habs can't get much. There's an icing with 5 seconds left. Puck is the puck is held by Cates. He's gonna let this one go. It's under his legs, but he won't let it move. Final shots 29-27 for the Canadiens. Flyers with a 3-2 victory in regulation. So yeah, that's the game. I'm gonna go through the stats, and I'll answer any last minute comments or questions you guys have. And then if you guys want, we will raid James Draws. Nick Suzuki leads the Canadiens 23 goals, 38 assists, 61 points. Kirby Dach, 14 goals, 25 assists, 36 points. I forgot to point out that he was hurt tonight. Cole Caulfield finishes the year that he has with 26 goals. 26 goals, 10 assists, 36 points. Josh Anderson, 21 goals, 11 assists, 32 points. Mike Hoffman, Anderson is also unfortunately hurt. Hoffman, 13 goals, 19 assists, 32 points. Christian Dvorak, who's out for the rest of the year, 10 goals, 18 assists, 28 points. Mike Matheson, 7 goals, 21 assists, 28 points. Jonathan Drouin, 2 goals, 26 assists, 28 points. David Savard, 3 goals, 17 assists, 20 points. Rafael Harvey-Pinard, 13 goals, 5 assists, 18 points. Yevgeny Dodonov, who when he was a Canadian, and Kirby Dach, who's unfortunately hurt, both have 4 goals, 14 assists, 18 points. Sean Monahab, who's unfortunately hurt, 6 goals, 11 assists, 17 points. Jordan Harris, 4 goals, 13 assists, 17 points. Jesse Ullinen, 6 goals, 10 assists, 16 points. Alex Belzil, 6 goals, 8 assists, 14 points. Justin Barron, 3 goals, 11 assists, 14 points. Jonathan Kovacevic and Jake Evans, each with 2 goals, 12 assists, 14 points. Fajio, the video is probably going to be out about 2 a.m., I'd assume, just because it was kind of like a 20-minute long video, I think. Let me actually look at my phone real quick before I continue with the stats, because I want to say the video was about 20 minutes long. Camera. Is it going to tell me the time? It should, right? It was, 21 minutes and 31 seconds. So this is a video that 21 minutes, 31 seconds. You know what? Screw it. I'm actually going to start uploading it now because I'm on my data anyways. Actually, how much? Yeah, we're the 29th. I actually got to look real quick. How much data do I have? Because if I don't have enough, then I will not upload the video right now. Oh, yeah, no, I've got more than enough. New coming back and be like, what the guy has a girlfriend? Technically. It's a video for the HHSL guy. Yeah, allow access. What the fuck? Have I not uploaded a video on here before? What the fuck? All right. There we go. Okay. But yeah, so okay, yeah, visibility, just set it to private first. Harry. Wait, shit. Okay. Okay, boys. I've got it loaded up. What should I make actually no, what should I make the title? The Saint fuck. I'll figure out a title after the stream. I'm sorry, boys. But sons, it's a video on the St. Louis Blues and how they're contracting from the National Hockey League in 04 after 0405. It's an HHSL guy 2.0 video, basically, or HHSL 2.0 guy video. Which, by the way, guys, if you guys want, I can do more videos on the HHSL guy 2.0, on the HHSL guy 1.0 if you guys want. Until that league comes back, I can do more videos on the 1.0 league if you want. Yeah, dude, if I run out of data, Fazio, that'd be nuts. Genuinely, I'd be surprised if I did. Because the video should only take up like 1.5 gigabytes, and I have like 5 gigabytes left. Okay, where was I? Sorry. Jonathan Kovacevic and Jake Evans each with 2 goals, 12 assists, 14 points. Brendan Gallagher, 7 goals, 6 assists, 13 points. Michael Pizzetta with the... Wait, so what happens to the players? Fazio, Saskatoon gets to take 3 NHLers, 5 AHLers, and the rest all go to free agency except their unsigned prospects. They go back into the draft for 2005 or 2006 if they're not picked. So, yeah. Also, they're going to have new overalls and potentials. So don't think you can get away with drafting a 75 overall, 85 overall in the first 10 in the top 10 just because he might be a 75 now. Might not mean he's a 75 after I get through with him. Tubi has some uncanny movies. Yes, it does, sons. Tubi's really weird. By the way, big shout out, boys. We're over 2 hours streaming. Jesus Christ. I gotta get through this. I'm sorry, boys. Michael Pizzetta has the exact opposite of Gallagher. 6 goals, 7 assists for 13 points. Arbor Jacki, who's out for the year, 5 goals, 8 assists, 13 points. Rem Pitlick, 5 goals, 7 assists, 12 points. Yoel Armia, who's out for the year, basically 4 goals, 7 assists, 11 points. Joel Edmondson, 2 goals, 9 assists, 11 points. Yuroslavkovsky, who's basically out for the rest of the year, 4 goals, 6 assists, 10 points. Dennis Guriana, 5 goals, 3 assists, 8 points. Chris Tierney, a goal, 5 assists for 6 points. Chris Weidman for 6 assists. Anthony Richard, 3 goals, 2 assists, 5 points. Jake Allen and Corey Shenneman each with an assist. Arbor Jacki leads the Canadiens with 9 fights. Michael Pizzetta has 6 fights. Caden Gooley and Jake Evans each with 2 fights. Kirby Doc, Josh Anderson, Mike Matheson, Alex Belzile, Jonathan Kovacevic, Brendan Gallagher, and Chris Weidman all have a fight this season. Whew. All right, boys. That is going to do it for today's stream. If you guys will, before you guys, if you guys could, please go raid my boy, James fucking Draws. In the chat, go raid James Draws. Tell him Harry Rice raid. Tell him Harry Rice sent me. Much appreciated, boyos. I'll see you guys over there. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Harry. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Favorite channel includes, but not limited to, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, everything else. My name is Harry. Subscribe to Puff Club. Subscribe to Club, Club, join the nation. If you remember the Mod Squad, thank you for your comments on streams, interviews. It's much greatly appreciated. Thank you guys again so much for watching. Links, description are the Amazon wishlist, PO Box, the PayPal, the Discord, the Letterboxd, spinner account, and the Discord are all down there as well. Thank you guys again for watching. My name is Harry, and I am out. I love Montreal. Always remember, no matter how bad we were last year, how fairly okay we've been like this year. Go Habs, go baby. Thank you guys again for watching. Triple Heart Squad in the chat. Why not, boys, on your way out this time? Triple Heart Squad. Thank you guys for watching. My name is Harry again, and I'm out. Love you guys. See you guys. Bye, guys. Love you guys. See you guys. Bye, guys. Bye. Let's go, Noah. Let's go another big time stream.